sequence break. It's Sunday, the 16th of November. That's 7:09 p.m. You know what that means?
Nope.
No?
No.
Damn. I thought for sure you'd know it was episode 122 of the Sunday sequence break.
Oh.
See, I've got it marked on my calendar and everything.
Yeah,
You know,
today.
I mean, we have guests and everything, guys. I'm pretty sure we should try to put on a show.
All right,
Something
we'll
about
give it a try.
like Little
All right.
Simpsons, or I'm not sure.
Well,
it is Little Samson today. We do have some guests. Diesel, would you like to introduce our guests?
I would love to introduce our guests.
Well, please do.
We've got Primal85,
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
and we've got Xdragon 95.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Excellent. And we
Can
also
you-
have hosts.
Oh yeah, let's please introduce us too.
Yeah. Fiesel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, why not? So, hello, I'm me. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, and we've
I'm
got
also
PJ,
me.
who's also him.
I'm the third me.
We've got third me,
A lot of me.
the great Gilder me.
Great Gilder me, exactly.
All of we are here.
And we're going to have Duckfist at some point soon. He had to take care of some stuff, but he'll be here tonight. And Flicky might just parachute in out of nowhere. Oh, hello, guys. I'm here now. Just talking about me.
Hey, that reminds me of this segue.
Speaking of parachuting in any time now,
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we usually hit a split here and do a recap type thing.
Yeah, let's parachute into recap, I guess.
All right.
Well, PJ, why don't you recap for us first what you've done this week?
oh man.
You guys
All
going to
right.
embarrass us all.
So I finally got internet installed in my place, which is awesome. So I was able to do some streaming and do other fun stuff like be on the show today. So yeah, after I got that set up, Mac Richter and I went straight to work on Battle Black Theater. Started routing some more of the chapters so that it looks somewhat fast. So that's been going really well. We keep finding new and crazy things in that game. It never ceases to amaze me. We're playing on like Wednesday or Thursday, and suddenly I triggered an invincibility glitch. And it was like
remember seeing that.
completely incapable of dying. So I was able to just like run across water and spikes and like bombs and stuff were just exploding into me but not doing anything. So that was entertaining. So yeah, progress in that's been really good. And then I started working some more on Battletoads Arcade with Rash. And the game is the supreme victor in that battle. It's yeah, I got a 2-credit clear and 2 3-credit clears yesterday. At least one of those should have been a 1-credit clear, but the game was
Pissed.
pulling out all the stops. Like a weapon I was using to smash enemies just straight disappeared right on the last hit. And so I went to swing, there's nothing there, and then a rat shot me and killed me. And then later, during one of the waves, there's supposed to be 4 enemies that come out, and then only the last enemy appeared. And so I have like this big area of effect weapon. I had to use it all up on the first enemy, and then the other 3 came later when I had no weapon and took 2 lives away. So
That game is the ultimate jerk.
yeah, it was being pretty mean. So I'll be chipping away at that some more. Played a little bit more of Snake Rattle and Roll in anticipation of next weekend's festivities. And yeah, I think that'll cover it.
That'll do.
It's a pretty good recap,
Yeah, seriously. Like I said, he's going to embarrass us all.
right?
I did everything. What did y'all do?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll recap, I guess. I don't have a lot to go into my recap. Worked a lot this week. I got a chance to play some of my games a bit to stay little bit up to date on them. My Ultima Quest of the Avatar run got beaten this week, so that's interesting news.
Wow, really?
Which I was expecting that would happen eventually, because I mean, I just, I did my first pass at the route and, did the run and was done with it. So, there's definitely room for improvement.
Who
But
beat it?
it's cool. It was beaten by, hold on, let me get the name. I wasn't ready for this.
Oh, sorry.
Obvious question. That's right. By Yogi the Monk. That's what it was. Yes. And by quite a lot, too. So the new route is very powerful. So I want to sort of figure out if it's something that I want to try to go after, or maybe I'll wait a little bit and see what happens, where this thing pans out. We'll see.
Cool.
Probably should focus on AGDQ, right?
Nah.
Being good at those things. Yeah, let's probably do that. I also worked a bit on a project that, well, I guess we'll announce not next week what it is, but there's some cool stuff in the works, some new projects.
Very
I
cool.
put a lot of work into that stuff. And also I did a bunch of podcasts. I'm also now updating our podcasts again. We used to have a person who did it and we didn't for a while. And so now I'll just add that. I'll put that hat on too.
Nice.
And we'll make podcasts. So the couple of them are already up there on the feed. I'm slowly working my way backwards, but it's mostly going to be the newer episodes for now until we get the back catalog finished.
Yeah.
And also getting them uploaded to YouTube. So that's cool. That's been fun.
Plus trying to fit through the door with all those hats. I mean,
Right, yeah, all the hats.
Yeah. Sweet. Gilder?
But yeah, there you
what?
go.
What? Nope, sorry. Quiet, Gilder. Fiesel's
Okay.
still talking.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm done.
Unfortunately, I really haven't had much time to do speedrun related stuff this week, so a little bit light on that. Some light trials improvements and stuff like that on various tracks, but I don't know. Demon Head, it's calling to me, but at the same time, I've been kind of busy, like too busy working on AGDQ videos to really sit down and work on that. So,
Are you doing the trailer or like bumper videos
yes,
for everything too?
yeah, all of that,
Wow.
all of the above. So,
How many are you looking at?
oh gosh, there's probably about like 14 or 15 blocks that need bumpers. I mean, the bumpers for those are only going to be about 30 seconds. They'll be pretty easy. Just most of the motion graphics are going to be just like, some sort of animation that shows, hey, it's a Zelda block or a Metroid block or something like that. Or awful games done quick. Which I'll probably put the most time into just because that block's usually really fun.
Yeah.
But the main trailer is looking solid. There's the one problem is the song that we've got is now 3 minutes long.
Oh.
So we kind of need to cut that down a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. It's just really good. There's something from Mega Man, something from Zelda 1, and then the main song itself is Big Blue, all remixed by MV.
Sick.
Yeah, it is. The remix is so good. But I don't know. The tempo was too slow at first. So I was like, well, why don't we speed it up? But then we can add the breakdown part in the middle. Then all of a sudden, what was supposed to like shorten the track from 2:30 to about 1:40 to 2 minutes suddenly made it 3 minutes long because we wanted the breakdown. So things are getting we're getting there.
Yeah. Jeez.
Progressing as planned.
Yes, exactly. But hey, enough about me. How about those guests? Xdragon, why don't you go first? What you got for
All
us?
right. So I really haven't done much speedrunning lately. It's kind of unfortunate.
What? Get off the show.
You're fired.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You're supposed to say you played Little Samson all week and that's all you did.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I could say that, but then I could say that the day after last week's TSSB, I immediately went into doing a whole bunch of all stages easy, and by a whole bunch I mean 3 runs.
That's a whole bunch.
That 2 of them broke record.
Oh,
which
damn.
is-
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
definitely was a
one of them
lot.
was
Oh, fine. Go for
Yeah.
quality instead of quantity, huh?
I wish, because then any percent easy would be so much better. But the first run beat it by 9 seconds. I felt, hey, this isn't good enough yet. It's still above 19 minutes. And then, lo and behold, the next run that actually finished was sub 19. I won't say the time because we'll have that here.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! I beat a record of my own. Yay! Other than that, I'm trying to learn some Paper Mario fan game that I raced with Author Blues, and it's kind of ridiculous. It's just silly because it tries to be, it's Paper Mario and then 3D Land at the same time, and it just doesn't work because the game likes to crash a lot. Thanks, fan games.
Perfect.
But other than that, I'm like trying to find my next game to actually focus on. Like, I think I want to head back into Mercenary Kings because I haven't done that in a long time, and the time is still over 2:12, and I think I can get it down to 2:10 ish, hopefully. But other than that, my speedrunning has been quieter as of late, and I hope
He's not swearing
hope-
nearly as much.
I hope that I will be doing more
Fantastic.
probably right after this.
Oh, nice.
All right, jumping right in there. So Primal, what you got for us, man?
Yeah, you've got a lot to live up to now, Primal.
I know you have BJ's recap.
So after what you said to Xdragon before, I should leave. because
All our guests are fired. Let's go to records.
GG. No, basically I didn't speedrun a lot in like a month because I was really busy doing real life stuff and stuff like that. But last thing I did was last Sunday we did our Mega Man 46 Robot Master race.
Oh,
neat.
man.
Ooh, that's fun.
Those are the best.
Duckfist was also in it.
How did you do? Did you beat him?
Duckfist, yes, I got second place.
Oh man.
Joka won the race.
Wow.
Well, then we'll have to kick him out when he shows up.
Yeah, that son of a.
Apart from that, was I want to go back to speedrun as quickly as possible, but stuff. And I actually am waiting for Xdragon to beat my any percent little Samson for having an excuse
Don't
to go
worry.
back.
Don't worry, I'll get on that right away.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna do that right after the show.
learned-
Remember?
These
I
call
haven't
outs.
learned normal yet. Like the run I have now is like in 19 minutes or something. It's like I haven't learned any of the actual strategies because all of the new enemies are amazing and get in my way and kill me a lot.
So yeah, that's it. It's not enough.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That
recap.
sounds
That's
good.
Pretty eventful.
I'll allow it.
We're not fired.
Okay,
No.
Well,
Not yet. We'll see
you-
how this Game of the
that
Week
race.
segment crap goes, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Game of the Week,
No. That was actually a coherent segue.
son of a bitch.
that one made sense. That wasn't a stretch.
Do
Yeah.
over.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm hitting a split. Shut up. Game of the
There we
Week.
go.
Panic.
You derailed the conversation
Panic.
and screwed up the segue. That's how we're supposed to do it. So
wrong
little
with-
Samson.
Yes, Little Samson.
Why don't you
Start
guys
with
tell us
background.
all about little Samson?
Okay, so I guess to start, Little Samson is a game of 4 characters in which 3 of them are useless and one of them does everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're referring to the mouse.
I was
being
saying,
the
get F to
non-useless
anybody
character?
but mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have our wonderful Samson, Kakira, KO, and Gam, and they all, except for KO, do nothing.
So what are they supposed to do? Maybe you should mention at least
So-
why what these characters are
Technically
for.
speaking, they do stuff, but
They do
Well, there is
stuff,
Samson,
like,
right?
like suck.
Samson, yeah, Samson is supposed to be the main character, of course, because the game's named after him. He's really not special other than the fact that he can wall climb, and his bells are the weakest thing ever. I wish that he was interesting, being that he's the main character, but other than having the most annoying beginning stage, there's nothing about him that I like.
Yeah, there's a
Although
reason the last time.
he does swirl.
Yeah, what about the,
I like
the
the
cute spin he does every jump?
It's neat.
Yeah, he likes to
something.
spin.
There's a reason that the first time I ever highlighted this game, I changed the title of it to Little Mouse and Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but you have to play as him at the start.
Yeah,
right?
just
So you
once.
got to get
You-
your.
you
You,
have
got
to
to
play
play
as- Yeah, you have to do all the practice stages before you can start playing as the mouse forever.
Yeah, it's a true story. It's how the game is.
It's kind of ridiculous.
This
So
dragon has the ability to fly, so that's something good.
Yeah, that's useful.
yeah, Kakira just has really the ability to fly and a charge attack, and despite everyone else being useless, she's actually got she actually does a boss fight. She's actually useful in one. The Mega Man 2 dragon
Yeah.
that appears.
That one.
Yeah.
Right.
The one that
Yeah.
you saw.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I guess she's useful. She's more useful in all stages where you have to fight another boss that's really annoying. The Skull Knight, you'll probably see it sometime here.
Say, gosh, guys, I don't know why you don't use the slow golem looking
Right,
guy
yeah,
here at
I
all.
was gonna
It's
say,
just
Please
so
explain
useful.
why you don't use this one.
Oh, Gam. Poor Gam. I love his music. I really do. It's just, it's so unfortunate that he's just
Completely
Yeah,
freaking
Oh,
Yeah,
useless.
so,
This game has character music, not stage music.
Okay.
yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time you use a character, you always hear the character music, and not there's no stage music.
Yeah. The only
So
time
you will
there's stage music,
hear mouse music for all the game, basically,
yeah.
Let me
Apart
tell you
from-
about hearing the same song in a game.
apart from the final stage.
Yeah, the only time you'll hear stage music is in the boss fights and in the final 3 stages, I believe.
Yeah.
Or final 4, I guess, if you want to count the escape as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in normal only, because you gotta get that true ending. Yeah. But then we have KO, who, like I've said a few times, does everything. So Samson
Yeah.
has a wall climb, but then again, so does KO.
And a ceiling climb.
KO is the fastest character, so that's good for speedrunning.
Yeah.
And his attacks, while not, I don't think they're the fastest damaging. If you can like mash Gam's punch
Yeah,
forever,
that's better, but
but even then, KO just does a crap ton of damage with the 3 bombs that you can lay, especially when all the damage boost strats annihilate most bosses.
And now the trade-off is that he's got a really tiny health bar, correct?
yeah, it's a
he starts
glass
with a-
cannon basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really noticeable in normal when you can only have 6 health as compared to an easy when you get 10. Because in normal, most of the enemies I always get hit by are the dashing dragons that just fly by. Those do 2 health every time, and having a third of my health gone every time I get hit is not the happiest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
now you can see how much damage the mouse
Yeah,
can
holy
do
shit.
bosses.
Yeah, mouse bomb is
Yeah.
no joke.
That is
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
that is godly.
The good thing is that bosses doesn't have hitbox until the life bar is fully restored. So as you can see, the mouse went right through the golem without taking damage before he is fully before he has an hitbox.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's pretty much how all the boss fights start.
Yeah,
Well, except
more or
for
less.
the Mega Man 2 Dragon, because special intro for that one. Because why not?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so the run we're seeing now is the all stages run, which the only difference in between all stages and an any percent run, other than the obvious doing more stages, is the fact that on the first boss you have to switch to another character to kill the Cyclops, because if not, then you'll go skip like 4 levels and go into Bubble Cave, which is by far the best level in the game. I wish I could imply sarcasm as much as I could.
Yeah, the point is that this game has warps, but no one knows that we are taking warps because the game doesn't say anything about it. I mean,
It
if you
seems so flawless.
yeah, if you kill the Cyclops with the mouse, you skip 3 levels. But if you do that for mistake, you don't even know that.
Hey, it's PJ. Look.
Yeah, here I am. Good guy PJ helping you across.
I know.
No need to thank me.
Dougfist is just super thrilled.
Yeah.
I remember being confused with not understanding the order of the levels because it's stupid stuff like if you pick up this potion, you go to a different level. There's other things that conditions that determine what level you go to when you complete each stage. And the game doesn't tell you anything about about that. You just got to sort of figure out why the numbers keep jumping around.
Game's just like, good luck.
Wow.
That's why I had problems figuring out all stages, because it's like, okay, I know I got to this palace before. How did I do it? When did I do it? And can
You
someone
actually
please
have
help
to
me?
search in internet for that, because
Right.
how the hell I did that? I mean, this stage wasn't here before.
That would be a great way to lose a run. Like, went to a different stage by accident.
No, actually, the first time that I raced this game on SRL, I didn't know there were warps. So in the end, how the hell did he finish in 12 minutes? What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What? You didn't know about the warp? What? There are warps?
That's how I felt in my blind race. It was like I'm pretty sure someone got the mouse kill on the Cyclops, and it's like, okay, so he's already in this cave. I'm just flying through this other level that looks just like Akira's practice stage. Did you remember doing this? No. Well, okay.
So why do you have to use Samson for this fight? Is that the same reason?
So for this stage, there's a cutscene before it. You lose your bell, which is where all your companions are held.
Wow.
So now you have to play Samson for an auto scroller, which is very boring, and all I do is just play Samson's theme song on his bells.
Basically, that auto scroller is like a punishing level, because before entering the auto scroller is like a warp. I don't know. Before the auto scroller, there is a boss fight, which is the Siren. If you defeat the Siren, you go on in this level, I think, that we are seeing right now. But if you fall in the waterfall, you get punished by that auto scroller.
Wow.
the boss fight.
Fantastic.
Jesus.
Yeah, auto scroller for punishment. I don't think they could have picked the worst one.
I was gonna say
It's a 2.5 minute auto scroller. Really, game.
Really punishing.
this game. It just is. It's another one I'm adding to my list of developers who knew one day there will be these jerks called speedrunners who are gonna want to run our game as fast as they freaking can. I'll show those sons of bitches.
Yeah,
So-
probably.
The auto scroller is wonderful, and it's not slow in any way, shape, or form.
No, of course not.
Yeah, gotta love auto scrollers.
PJ, would you step up your pace a little bit, please? We're trying to speedrun here.
I got nowhere to be.
I don't
now we're fighting
for
the alien
The
queen.
rest of all stages is kind of meh, because it's just like if you play through the game, you'll be seeing these levels. It's like nothing special is really happening other than running across water as Jesus Mouse. It's wonderful.
And on the third day, he rose again to eat cheese.
These bombs are.
Are freaking godly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
this
since we
one
just called it
cycle-
Jesus Mouse, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
This one cycle is ridiculously lucky. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that
pretty sure
boss
this
is
is the first
RNG.
time. Yeah.
Okay, see this level? Remember the Cyclop? If you kill the Cyclop with the mouse, you find yourself here.
Yeah, so the last like 5 minutes of this run, that didn't exist. All that work I did was for nothing if I just killed the Cyclops with the mouse.
Wow.
Wonderful. Bubble
So it's
Cave
probably like the
is-
developers trying to reward you, even though that the mouse is the best character. They just didn't know that.
Then they thought, oh, who the hell is gonna beat the Cyclop?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's put a warp.
Yeah.
I will
It's
reward
like
you with
the-
more game.
The debug mode. How are we going to test the later stages? Oh, we'll just put this warp in here. No one will ever find it.
Wrong.
Yeah. Bubble Cave, when I first was running this, it was the bane of my existence, and I died there numerous times. And now I feel like I could do it blindfolded,
Let's
do
not
it
brag
actually.
too much.
Not gonna actually do that.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell I'm actually gonna do that. It's just like
Sounds
in
like a donation
comparison-
instead.
I was just about to say.
cool. Just let me get to AGDQ next year.
Yeah, so
wish.
in the video just now that he got the potion with Samson, because he needs it to go here,
Yeah.
to the Ice Palace.
The Ice Palace has a special trigger that if you don't have a potion on Samson, you just skip it. So, hey, Samson has
Yeah,
to
I
use
count that
this.
as another punishment. I mean,
Yeah,
what
it's
the hell
another
are you doing?
potion,
Samson
really.
is useless, and you also get a potion for him. Get this level.
Congratulations,
Speedrun canceled.
You're trying to keep Samson alive? What are you doing? Get
Wrong.
Samson. No, you're not allowed. No,
You're
come on.
fired.
See, in the Ice Palace, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I insist.
So for the Ice Palace, I haven't figured out if it's faster to do it with KO or Kikira. I just assume it's faster with Kikira because she doesn't have to deal with ice physics. Because yay, ice physics. But even then, KO can keep his maximum speed most of the time, and I haven't actually done testing for that yet.
These
Although
mouse bombs.
I'm fairly certain that it's better with Kikira. Oh, then here's my favorite boss of this run, the one that's annoying in RNG. It's,
I don't know. Those mouse bombs are pretty strong against it.
Nice.
Mouse
yeah,
is so legit.
Yeah, no kidding.
the first form is easy, but then when he's off of his horse, he can be really annoying. Because he either throws the daggers or he dashes towards you.
Mm-hmm.
He can also take forever when he throws his daggers. Like he could just take, a good 15 seconds just waiting to throw daggers. And it's just silly, and I hate this boss. I don't want it to exist.
And that's a boss that you don't fight in any percent?
Nope.
Oh.
No,
That's
any
convenient.
percent you don't do the Ice Palace, go to this level that we are seeing right now.
Take
How many
note,
levels?
chat.
How many
Yeah.
levels are you skipping in any percent compared to all the stages?
4?
There's four.
Four,
Okay,
I
you
think.
skip from.
Okay.
4, maybe 5 if we count the crab level. I
Five,
confused
yeah,
too.
well, let's go with 5.
So
Fine.
like
You're,
from
you're
here
skipping,
on, it's
you're skipping a lot of the game.
We're skipping half the game basically.
Okay, so
it's
I
like
mean,
from here on, it's going to be the same as any percent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, considering the any percent easy is 11 minutes and any percent or all stages is 18. Yeah, you're skipping little under half the game.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, then again, there's a 2.5 minute auto scroller, so that's
True.
That's buffer.
Yeah.
But yeah, more boss destruction. Yay! Cyan Mage is kind of meh. Just because he turns into a knight, it's like, okay, nothing special happens here. And then it's weird because the boss strategy is jumping into his sword, which I never see it. Like, I never saw it, and I wondered how it always happened. And then I figured out it's just jump straight up. Just jump
Victory.
straight up, and you'll take 2 damage, and you
Yeah,
won't
instead
die.
of what 8?
Yeah, you jump into the knight and insta die, because if you have more than 8 health there, you way too safe. But
Wow.
Huh.
yeah,
Very well then.
Yeah, I discovered that from the task. I couldn't understand why is he taking only 2 damage. I mean, if I try that, I insta die. I mean,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it might be worth mentioning that the task beats this game normal in 10 minutes.
Wow.
yeah.
Because it uses zips, or
Really?
what will basically be zips. It glitches into the wall and triggers the end level scene.
Yeah, apparently isn't human doable.
Yeah, I've messed around with it several times. I can get in the wall, kind of, but I can't fully lodge my characters into the wall. I basically, like, I can float and just I can't do anything after that. I've tried everything, and it's like
I don't know how many inputs you have to do to sit
I
through the
doubt-
wall.
Have you guys actually looked through the tasks? I mean, you can go back and frame advance through the tasks and look at the input.
Yeah, I did. It's 7 for those small ones, which are like in Cyan Mage and Golden Mage. It's 7 1-frame character switches.
Oh man.
Oh.
Just get to the wall. Like this stage that we're seeing right now, it ends it in like 15
Here,
seconds.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
in this
It's,
climb, right?
on the first climb, it ends it in that right there, and it's 7, and that's the smallest one.
Wow.
It's 7 pretty much frame perfect character switches. And
Do you have to do all of them? Like, is there a penalty for missing?
As far as I'm concerned with the tasks, with only doing 7, I hope that's the minimum. I'm hoping that's the minimum.
I mean, like, if you do 5 and then miss 1, can you just retry it, or is that the end of the trick?
I'm pretty sure you could just retry it, but you just have to start over. You just start the trick
okay.
over.
So it does
so you
have to
do
be
have to get them all
7
in a row.
consecutive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that
I mean,
sucks.
like we said, it's not really humanly possible. I mean, the task does it, and I've tried doing it, and one frame tricks are not my thing. I'll just say that. But it beats the game in 10 minutes. It's ridiculously fast, and God, it just like if you think that this is like beating bosses fast,
Yeah.
yeah, it goes.
Yeah,
really
the
fast.
task literally stand inside the boss as a mesh with the mouse.
Yeah, that boss health meter goes down faster than it went up.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
Because actually the mouse can have only 3 bombs at the time in the screen, but if the bombs collides immediately with an enemy, it immediately despawn. So you can place bomb as fast as you can mesh.
Ah. So it doesn't matter, like, if the explosion animation is still on screen? It just counts
because
the bomb?
if an enemy touched the bomb before it explodes, the bombs...
the bomb does damage on its own.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Ah,
Think of it like seeing
Don't
as it's 3
explode.
shots. Yeah, it's like one of the like shooting a lemon, pretty much.
okay.
Like when you hit the enemy, it's gone, and it does the damage. It does less damage than what the explosion does.
Yeah, much less damage.
But it's really fast if you can just mash inside of an enemy, like for the final boss, or the final boss of easy. I should make clear. The yellow devil, which is always nice.
So what's the difference between difficulties?
Okay, so in normal, the main one is that you have 3 more levels after this one. In easy, the game ends here. In normal, you have 3 more levels. So
There's
there are way more enemies in all the levels than easy.
shifting over to the any percent run, by the way.
Okay.
Hey, there's Primal.
Yep, he's there for a second. I just had to crop the
that's
video a
me.
little bit better.
yeah for normal. There's the 3 levels. There's permadeath, except for on
yeah,
Samson.
of course.
Everyone loves permadeath.
Permadeath?
So
Actually,
when-
when a character that is not Samson dies, you don't have him back
don't revive.
until you finish the level or until you game over.
or unless you have a potion on them.
Yeah, or it's like an E-tank or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can revive them if you have a potion with that character.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Another
can't-
thing
you can't
is,
switch potions.
yeah, another thing is that every character can have less max health in normal than easy. So like the mouse can have 10 health in easy and 6 in normal.
I see. What happens if a non-Samson character dies in easy?
Nothing.
It
You just
revives.
start the over. Yeah, you just start the level over. Everyone's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That makes running normal a lot more risky, because if you die as the mouse, you better hope you have a potion, or have fun running as someone else.
Just
Yeah.
game over real quick and get it back.
Yeah, that was my main issues when I ran this game at ESA, because I ran it normal difficulty, and Candyman said, "You are crazy for running this on normal, because if
Yeah.
you die with the mouse, you have to game over, spend all the time to game over."
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't happen.
So like here you start with 2 health with the mouse. Is that basically instant death if you touch anything?
No. For example, this eye thing does half damage.
Oh, okay.
The balls, yes, I think the spiked balls does, and these guys does 2 damage.
The spike balls do 3, and the dragons do 2, and it's.
So yeah, almost everything can kill you one shot.
Perfect.
But there is a trick. Sorry, there is a trick that every 23rd enemy that you kill, you get max health up.
Or a small heart.
Or a small heart if
because RNG likes
want to troll you. Yeah.
And then you get to make the choice of either going with 4 health or going with 6.
Yeah. So that counting starts immediately, and so you want to start the game with Samson. Start to count how many enemies you kill. Then go with the dragon and count up to 22, and then switch to the mouse prologue and kill the last enemy that you need for the max health up.
Okay.
So in the first stage you have 6 health with the mouse and not 4, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. So this run that we're watching now is any percent normal.
This is normal, yeah.
Yeah.
Not all stages, any percent.
No, any percent.
You don't want to see the all stages normal. You don't. It's 36 minutes long.
Oh wow.
What? Why?
Primal, have you done an all stages normal run?
No, never.
Okay, good. So I currently have the record for all stages normal at 36 point garbage. Yeah, and yeah, it's really bad. I think I gamered 3 times, 4 times maybe.
Yikes.
Well, that does bring us into something that we haven't discussed yet. Like, what are the categories and their current records? So.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So there's any percent easy and normal, which I have the 80% easy time at 11:33, and Primal has 80% normal at 16:36. Mm-hmm. There's the all stages categories, which I kind of decided to take upon myself. 80% easy, or all stages easy, we'll be talking about later. All stages normal, as I said, is 36.05, pretty much garbage. So many game overs. I'm kind of just hoping that any random person just sort of takes it away.
Right.
It's like,
Someone from the chat's going to beat that run before the show's over.
please do.
Probably going to be
Please
feasible.
do. So I could use some torture. I could use some torture because doing the auto scroller on normal is, lovely.
Right on. And that was his final one, Samson percent.
Yeah, this is a joke category.
Okay.
That I only discovered because when I was first submitting for TSSB way back in the day when the record was 13 minutes or something, I decided to look up all the categories that were available, and I saw someone had done a category called Samson percent in 52 minutes, and I never submitted. I never submitted the record because I kind of looked at it as a joke. But Samson percent is basically what it says. It is playing the entire game as Samson. And so far, I've only completed a run of it on easy in 29:52.
Wow.
Maybe I'll just submit it to TSSB because it's a thing apparently. And maybe one of these days I'll torture myself enough to play Samson percent normal. I hope not. Because
I hope I'm not that dumb. But
the last boss of normal, Takid, is really stupid. I hate him. He's a cool concept, and I hate him for it. And yeah, you won't see much of him in the 90% normal run here because Primal absolutely decimates him. I've never gotten a 1 cycle on him, and that just looks amazing. Like I always have to wait for him to shoot the jump attack that he does.
Actually, his attack depends on your position. So if you can the sword attack. If you can position yourself properly, you should know where he's gonna land the sword. But I know it's tricky, and the sword can one-shot you. So
yeah, and it also gives him health back.
Yeah, it's a life steal.
Yeah.
But the mouse
So-
dies anyway, so.
just in case you didn't like him having 2 double health bars, he can give himself health back.
Isn't that
Wow.
peachy?
Yeah, considering you're a mouse with 6 health and he's a boss with 40
All the health.
Yeah, although his first form is kind of a pushover, much like all the other mages. It's just sit there in his face and put bombs down.
Right on.
Yeah.
I always like the fact that every level that you enter, you start as Samson. So you, as fast as you can, you mash start to change. What the fuck are you doing here? Get out.
Get out of here, Samson.
Get out of here. No one asked you.
You got a date with a haircut.
The game's just reminding you, hey, remember, it's little Samson. Here he is.
Shut up.
Little
I don't
mouse.
care, game. Get him out of my face.
Got a funny way to spell mouse. All right.
Yeah.
So general techniques. I mean, I'm sure people watching these videos have seen a few of them in play. But what is, like, what do you generally use for the most part?
Well, as
Apart from
far
being the
as
mouse, obviously.
technique goes, other than being good at platforming, because this game is actually really good with its platforming. It's really fun to actually go through levels. Most of the boss fights boil down to damage boosting and managing your health in that situation, and being good at wall climbing. Because, it's you can either wall climb and walk up the walls, or you can jump up walls, which is faster.
I see.
But
Yeah.
there's not much real technique that I found other than just being good at platforming and mashing. If you can mash fast, you can do pretty well.
All right. So speaking of the wall climbing, how does that work? Is it like Grant in Castlevania 3, or is it once you attach yourself to a wall, there you are, you can just run back and forth?
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
like
the second one.
walking back and forth.
Okay, so you don't
Is it
actually have
tricky
to.
going around the corners and stuff too?
Yeah,
I know some games with wall climbing have real problems when you have to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking about Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the corner. If you jump, it's faster, so
Okay.
we don't have that problem. But yeah, if you're going to the corner, it's kind of tricky to explain. It's better if you don't, but you just don't do it. But just keep the arrow and change quickly the arrow direction
Okay.
from the corner. But yeah, it works, as you can see here.
Yes, if you're looking up how much this game costs, it costs a lot.
Yeah. You could buy 3
600
flash cards for the price of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so if you're looking for the price of the game, buy a flash card. Much easier.
Yeah.
Much easier. Even the Famicom version, like I said earlier, or before the stream actually started, was starting to get to $300.
Right.
Right, and most
Get
have
a-
seen it
A
in
custom
like,
repro made for less than that too.
Yeah.
There you go. So if you want to buy this game, you can shell out the $500 for a cart, or you can shell out the however much it is for a flash card.
About $1.50. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, I've tried. Like, I've heard of like these like small deals where people actually have the game and they're like willing to sell it, and it's like, oh, cool. And then I find out the price. Whoa, that's how much you want for it.
Right.
Huh? I'll get back to you on that. No.
Yeah, I was so happy to discover that, since I have a card of this game, but I
wish I had a card
what?
of this
It
game.
worth so much? What the
Yeah.
hell? I didn't know. I mean, I was playing this game as a kid. Normal.
yeah.
Lucky childhood. Jeez. Oh,
I
love
play
to have
Little
a game like
Samson.
childhood.
Like, yeah,
Meanwhile,
that's
it's
also
like
a reason
Hazel.
why.
Growing up with Renegade and
Diesel had almost as troubled a nest childhood as I did.
Renegade and Swords and Serpents.
Okay, he's got me beat, but
Swords and Serpents wins every argument, apparently.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm afraid so.
I hate this
goodness.
I hate this castle as or not the castle, the final like easy stage, I guess. because there's so many of those orange skulls that are just in your way, and it's just ridiculous. And unfortunately, when you're doing normal, you only have 6 health, so you can't do the quick kill on the final boss. You just have to do the standard, like wait for him to do his long, uninterruptible, undamageable, 13-second bullet hell.
Oh yay!
Yeah, it's
Waiting for Yellow Devil to appear on the right.
Yeah, that's why we call him Yellow Devil.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Thank God the pattern's always the same, or else this will be really annoying, because those do 3 damage apiece. And
Okay. From now on, you see the final stages, which are not in the easy.
the
And
real
as you can
stages.
As you can see, there is from these stages on, your health is not refilled between stages.
I was just gonna ask about that. So it does refill between stages up until now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but not in these stages. And if a character die, the only way a character that is not Samson, the only way to get it back is game over, or if you have a potion.
Yeah.
I mean, the stages are generous enough to provide you with some hearts and a potion.
And potions.
But even then, the levels are kind of crazy in the beginning, so just trying to survive that is always nice. Oh, and then you have double boss battles to do at the end of the levels.
Yeah, it's like
How many
Nightmare
eyeballs?
fights.
Wow.
Ending with 1 health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All planned.
Still selecting him at the very beginning of the next stage.
Why not?
Come
Yeah,
on,
and
Mouse.
then
You
it's
can
like,
do
no.
it.
It's Mouse
many
the champ.
eyes.
It's
Yeah.
good that you have the other characters to tank all the damage. It reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Characters just there as
All right, Raphael.
They're just
Get in there.
Raph.
time to do what
Raph
you're
is
good
the
at, Raph.
official damage booster.
just get the cannon fodder out there.
Get the missiles, Raph. Now
Jump in
die.
the water so I can get back to the map.
Exactly.
Did you hear me, Raph? Die.
Do your job. You had
How
one
adorable.
job.
And also, as you can see, this night fight, the programmers didn't think you fight him with the mouse, and so when he swings his sword, he's not at mouse range. The mouse is smaller than the sword.
There's
like-
no
it's
way
like
these guys are going to do
swinging
this.
He slowly moves pixel by pixel to you, but by the time you do that, he should already be dead. Like, he swings at you like 3 times before he actually gets close to you. And it's
Wow.
ridiculous.
So I noticed the dragon is floating down a couple pixels. You know, every now and then you see him move down a little bit. What's happening there? Your character, I mean, is slowly drifting downward.
It is as fast as you can mash. I mean,
Okay, so you're just trying to keep it hovering by mashing the jump button.
no. If you stand still and shoot, he loses a little bit of height.
Oh, I
That-
see.
Usually, he doesn't lose a height, but if you stand still and shoot, yes.
It's pretty much the mash method. It depends. Like, you can stay floating as you shoot, but to stay within his hitbox, sometimes you just want to drift down a bit. Also, to correct your height if you fly up too high. Because the dragon actually has a couple of different positions. So this is Takid, and like I said, his first form's pushover, although he does have this wonderful AoE attack that hits the whole screen for 2 damage. So that's
And
nice.
lifesteal. That's the sword that we meant before.
There's the lifesteal sword.
And you have 2 health, so it's insta death anyways.
And then here comes Primal, just annihilating him.
And then there is the final level, because the game doesn't end with the final boss. There is the escape level, which
of
is
course.
the one that I ate the most. He has random rocks that fall from the roof, random explosions,
Oh, and an insta-kill wall at the end.
insta-kill wall at the end, but that is easily skippable.
Yeah. You damage boost past it. It's
Actually, I don't know the right way to do it. I mean, I got damaged here by the golem and walk away.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you're supposed to do to.
I
to-
practiced that level so many times I couldn't figure anything out consistent with it. All I know is get to the end and hope you can damage boost.
Yeah,
Because-
I actually don't know the right way to go over that wall without damage boosting.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure it's an insta kill because I think I had a potion on Gam. Like,
No,
well,
yeah, it's insta kill. Even the golem full health can die.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Like even bosses don't do that.
By touching a wall. Damn it.
Yeah, a wall that just happens to
doesn't have
slowly
spikes,
inches over
no.
to you. It slowly moves to the left to block your way out, and it's an
Fantastic.
insta kill wall. Okay.
Good stage design. They did not want anybody getting out.
I will say that beating normal is a lot more rewarding, just with the fact that the song at the end, the credit song, I really like. I'm sorry, it's just nice and relaxing after you just went through hell of that escape.
Interesting.
The good thing about the escape is that you get your health back before it, because you can imagine going through that
Yeah.
with 2 health on KO
Yeah.
and however much health you have on everybody else.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
they were mercy.
Developers were nice
No,
enough.
they had mercy for that.
But I guess I'll cover the last topic that's here for glitches and tricks. I see. There's not really many glitches. There are the zips that I mentioned that are pretty much frame perfect character
Everything,
switches
yeah.
over and over and over.
Oh yeah, there is one small zip that is easy to use. It's right before the Cyclop fight. You go down where there is a potion, and instead of going up, I mean there is a wall that. After that wall, there is the end of the stage and the boss fight. But I don't know why. If you, with the mouse, grab the roof and go right, you just go over that wall and
Yeah.
finish the level.
Yeah, I wondered what was going on there.
Yeah, actually, same.
And then the only other thing is the end stage transitions. So like the task beats the game in 10 minutes, but what it does do is it beats Samson stage in 24 seconds by doing the vertical climb so insanely fast that the game doesn't understand it. And it's like, okay.
The level ends before.
Games look
Yeah.
kind of
Like all the stuff you're seeing now, you don't do. Like as soon as you do that climb, you get to the top and you walk off the screen and you're done. And it's like, okay, but you can actually do that in all stages easy. It's the same concept, except instead of going up, you're going down. So the level doesn't load. Okay, it's during the siren stage. So when you're floating down as Kakira in a certain part, if you float just high enough, the next part of a level won't load. And the way that the game handles loading the stages is that it loads it in segments. But when you get to the end of a segment, it just loads the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until you're done with the actual stage. But the fact that it doesn't load the next segment when you fly at this right height, you just walk on the ground that's there and you trigger the end of the level. And you skip like another 30 seconds of flying and stages and stuff that you don't need to do.
Wow.
fair enough.
That's the only time you can do that in Samson, is during all stages and yeah. I'm pretty sure there's no other way to do it other than doing zips to trigger it. So they kind of go together. Like you zip into a wall and then somehow the end of the next part of the stage doesn't load, and then you're in the next part. You're at the end of the level.
Wow.
Like it's kind of ridiculous. Like you finish the 2 short ones I mentioned were the Gold Mage and the Cyan Mage. You finish those levels in 20 seconds as compared to like a minute and a half, and it's just kind of silly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure that when I looked at it, it beat the easy section in 7 minutes and 53 seconds. I can't remember if that's the exact time, but it's something around 7 minutes and 50 seconds. And considering that that's 4 minutes faster than record, that's a lot of time to be saved.
Yeah.
If only I could do frame perfect switches over and over again.
Yep, it is.
Cool.
Wow.
All right. Was
The little zip that we were talking about is at the end of this level that we are seeing right now.
Okay. Well, we'll let that play out then.
So if you're paying attention, when you see a potion at the end of the level, you will see the
Keep
mouse
your
going
eyes
through a
peeled.
wall.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was just like a fake wall or something. I didn't question it.
Yeah.
No,
It's like
it
the
is.
first
it is
time
a
I
wall.
watched.
I always thought it was a fake wall, to be honest. Like, I saw that he, like, glitched up a block.
Yeah, it actually goes up if you pay attention, like inside the wall. It's here.
Huh.
That's definitely a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the first time I was watching a Power Blade run, when Exo was doing it, I was like, wow, how did you clip through that wall like that? And he's like, that's just a fake wall, dude. Like, you just hold right and jump and you go right through it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Cool.
Well,
I
cool.
don't know.
Right on. So, I believe what
That's
we
what
usually
this
do is learning the game in 3 easy steps. So, you only have 2 steps listed, so it might even be easier than you thought.
Okay, well, of course, the first step will be to actually play the game. So I suggest blind racing, because that's how I got into it, and damn it, that's how you're going to do it too.
There you go.
All right. Do you have unlimited continues?
Yes, there's
yes,
unlimited
you have.
continues.
Okay,
There
then that's
also-
fine.
There is also a password system, but don't use it. Because when you use the password, which is only four letters, I think,
Yeah,
it's really
okay.
short, but because the password doesn't save your max health. So when you use the password, you start, like for example, you use the password and you start with the mouse with 2 health,
Oh, great.
Perfect.
whatever level you are, even after the final stage.
Yeah, there's
2
only
health with the mouse, yay! I can do it. Try hard.
there's 2 passwords for every level, but like the only way to get the second one is to have max health with every character. So unless you want to spend your time collecting health orbs, the password you're gonna get is minimum health, no potions.
Yeah.
So we recommend no password, because just play the game. Infinite continues.
Yeah. When you continue, your max health stays the same?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing that happens is that any potions you had collected, I'm pretty sure they go away. It's been a long time since the game over.
Wouldn't the potions have to be gone if you game over it anyways?
Not necessarily. Like, you can just have them on you. Like, you get them from a drop and you like didn't notice it, or you don't use them and it's like you just die and you game over. I think
Oh,
they
you
just
actually
go away.
have to use them. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
they were just like an instant revive. if
No,
you
no,
died
no.
or something.
No,
yeah.
when you die and you have a potion, you just restart from the end of the level. But in normal, you can revive that character by using the potion,
Okay.
Yeah.
or you can use it before dying and refill your health.
That's silly. You gotta just wait until you die.
You can use it whenever, but you gotta be careful.
Okay. As what's number 2 on your list here?
Know how the warp system works.
So just know how the levels connect up with each other, basically.
Know that you have to kill the Cyclops with the mouse and don't take the potion with Samson.
Why would you ever do that?
Yeah.
Who runs
For
all
mistake,
stages?
by mistake, I don't know. You get a
Who runs
potion
all
with
stages
Samson.
in here?
All
Like, my
stages.
God. Yeah. Who runs all
And
stages in
of
here?
course, if you wanna do all stages, you have to know how those things works.
And then you get to fight, my favorite boss, the Skull Knight, which, yeah, I think we already went over this. I don't want him in the game, but that's besides the point.
Then when you
I
get
don't-
your flash cart, you can have the alternate ROM that has no boss fight there, just like a bunch of health in the room.
And I guess the third thing would just really be the practice. I mean, as boring as that sounds, practice, practice, practice.
No, I practice maybe more boss kill with the mouse. The
Yeah.
most time saving.
Yeah, practice boss kill. Like, one of the
It's-
strategies to kill the bosses, I guess.
Yeah, it's timing when to place the bomb, because you want the bomb to explode. So if you place the bomb too late inside the hitbox of the boss before they actually have an hitbox, if you place it too late, the bomb don't explode because the boss triggered the bomb before the explosion, and they do like minimal
Not a
damage.
lot.
Yeah, nothing compared to the full explosion.
Right on.
So if I were just watching a video of this and trying to learn the speedrun, everything would be pretty much apparent, right? Especially in these platform sections. Or is there like hidden stuff that we haven't covered that I wouldn't get
The
from just
one
looking?
thing I guess I would say is when you're doing normal, it's important to count your kills in the beginning.
Yeah,
Because
for the max health.
you want to have max health with KO when you enter the first actual stage. And you said it was 23 kills, or is it 20? I thought it was 24 for a long time.
Now I don't remember. I don't want to say it wrong, but
But there's a certain number
it's
that you
23
in that
or
range
24.
somewhere. Okay.
And then you get a health crystal and it increases your health, or you get a small heart if the game decides to troll you.
Yeah, I don't know how many runs I had to reset because thank you game, reset.
It's perfect.
But other than that, I think everything's relatively out there. Like the boss strategies might not seem all that apparent, but it's like really all it is damage boost inside the boss, mash like crazy, and like you don't see the bomb getting placed because they're immediately getting eaten by the boss and they're immediately taking damage. So other than those two things, everything is pretty much laid out there.
Yeah, like this boss fight that we're seeing right now. That is how he spawn is RNG, but if you manage to kill him at the first cycle is always like that. Is not RNG. So there is a way to kill him. I didn't do it now in the world record, but I actually made it sometimes.
I see that you took a guess at the location of the where
Usually he spawns there, but it's not 100% sure. I was lucky.
Yeah, I think there's 6 different places he can spawn, but I don't know. I feel I agree with Primal. He likes to spawn in that left side most of the time. It usually spawns in the bottom left corner, which he can actually spawn on top of you and insta-kill you.
And kill you.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
That can happen. That happened quite a lot of times. And that's insta-kill you, whoever you are, not just the mouse.
Wow.
Cool. Well, it's a neat game. I like Little Sam. Oh, did you think of something else?
No. Okay. Yeah, I think we said everything.
I think we covered the whole game now.
I think we've definitely enticed a lot of people to play this game.
Yeah.
Maybe not to shell out $500, but just some other means.
The Flash guy.
You know what? Emulators. As much as everyone hates them.
Yep.
Just play it on an emulator and enjoy it and make your decision if you want to buy a flash card or if you want to shell out the $500 for the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend the second option unless you want to really brag that you have a card of it.
Right.
But everyone should really give this game a try. It's kind of shocking. There's only like a few runners of it. Like there's me, there's Primal. There was Kennyman. I don't know if he runs this. Like I don't know if he runs speedruns at all anymore. And
he was at the SA. Speedruns a lot of games, but I don't know if he's active or not. But yeah, he does speedrun for sure. But he runs the game on PAL. PAL mode, because he has the cartridge like me.
Wait, you don't have the PAL version?
I have the PAL version, not the NTSC, but so I have to use emulators.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's me, Primal, Kennyman. CT Conqueror is going to be running it at HEDQ. I submitted and got accepted, but unfortunately I will not be going because...
Oh, you won't?
I wish. I really wish, but I have no money. There's no way.
Damn.
Unless I hit the lottery. So, yeah. fingers crossed for that.
Thumbs crossed.
Thumbs crossed for that. Yeah. But I will not be attending. So CT will be running any percent easy. You better get sub 13 before that. I'm telling you that right now, CT. I know you're in here.
Right. Also,
Okay.
donation incentives for Samson only.
Yes.
Yes.
There is. Oh no.
Blind Samson percent.
Well,
There is now.
There is now. Yeah, so that should be. I think it's the first time it's been run at a GDQ. I know that Primal's done it at ESA, and then Kenny Man ran it. Now I'm pretty sure Kenny Man was the first run I've ever seen of this game. I'm pretty sure I saw his all stages run that he did 3 years ago. I want to say.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I mean, there's only a handful of us. There's I think Infinite is starting to run it now. Infinite Mystery. I think. I remember him mentioning it, so I might be wrong.
He
But
says in the chat he has a cart, which means he's obligated to run it.
all right, do it. I want to see you doing some runs of that.
Yeah, I started playing this game after a big race in SRL, and then I picked the normal percent after seeing Blackie and Giano racing it like 2 years ago or something. Yeah, they were doing races for fun, like 2 weeks, and then they didn't run it anymore.
Author Blues, please. You need to do more runs of it then. I know you want to come back to it too. So get to it. Stop playing your meme games.
Dang.
Shots
Wait till
fired.
next month for that,
The
though.
call-outs are real.
So, yeah. I started running this game with a blind race with Author Blues and some other people. And then I assumed that Kenny Man had the records because after I saw his ESA runs, I went to his page and saw that he had times for it. I never knew that Primal ran it until someone told me that when I got like something around 1340 something, like, you know, you don't have the record, right?
Yeah.
This other guy has it. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh.
That's when you wrote on my YouTube channel, I think.
Yep. Because
Okay.
I found the video and I was like, oh, well. And then we started trading the 90% easy record back and forth. I think the first time I took it was like 12:57, and now the time's 11:30.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
The time has gone down significantly. Competition
because-
is wonderful.
You know, when you are the only one that run the game, you're not really. You don't push the game at the
you
the
kinda-
best.
yeah.
But if there is challenge, you are motivated to go on and improve your record.
So I got to give you motivation to do normal again.
Exactly. I'm waiting for that.
That's my next goal. Don't worry. After I figure out my next speed game, I'll be coming for that normal record. Maybe.
Okay. Counting on that.
But 80% easy has pretty much been optimized to human standard. It's my sum of best is 11:26, but I know that I can get a little bit more time off of that. So 11:25 is really all I'm banking on as like optimal time on all stages, optimal RNG. Like 11:25, I think is breaking point. And now the record's 11:33. I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with RNG because the final boss will ruin it for me. If he gives me the worst pattern, he takes away all that time. Because, you know,
Yeah,
he's
when he
lovely,
flies
and
to Ike.
when he flies too high and when he drops down and he only throws one ball, so he has to fly back up again. It's like, there goes all that time I saved, or I could have saved. It's like even the final, the quick kill is now pretty much automatic for me, but I mean, easy's optimized, and so once I get Primal back on the normal train after I take the record, we'll be finding that time around 15 minutes, 15 and a half minutes probably, somehow.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's hit the split on this one.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, fine.
You're obligated to.
That's what we're paying you for.
What? When was this?
Oh, don't worry. The checks are in the mail.
Oh,
You'll get them soon.
okay.
You can't let them know.
Very soon.
Huh.
Cool.
All right.
Well, we're going to talk about some records.
Yeah, we are.
Do you two guests have the records, Doc, or not?
No.
I do not.
No. Well, I think that's on us. We should have given that to you. Here you go.
Yay.
Yes,
look at
and
that
now in exchange, you guys have to read all of the records.
Every one
The
of
rest of us go off.
And you have to trade off sentences and occasionally words.
Oh, good. I was going to come in, but
Hey, look at this guy.
Oh,
Hey, Flicky's
nice.
here.
Hey, that-
Yes.
Yeah.
Just in time. So now you can do all the records.
Wait a minute.
Oh shit!
sucks.
What did I get myself into?
Hey,
Yeah, I've
speaking
been
of
here for a little
Duckfist.
while, but I just couldn't bring it to myself to interrupt. You guys were doing such a good job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a good opportunity here.
We're worried the quality would go downhill when you jumped in.
It's already gone way down.
Rude. Much.
Oh, well.
All
right, let's get started, I guess.
Yeah, let's. I
Woohoo.
think we're starting with Antichamber on the PC, 120 signs category and 1158 by Pallidus. It says, for once this was actually a decent run. A few minor mistakes here and there, but no major ones. All the parts that could have went horribly wrong went well, so I'm satisfied with this run for now. That's probably the most pleasant speedrunning comment I've read in several
Right.
weeks. Where's the run was shit, Pallidus? Where is it? You're holding out on me, you bastard. No, congrats to Pallidus. Thank you, man. Who wants Ark the Lad? Does anybody know about the game?
Ooh, I might have actually played this one. I think this is the only one that I played, but I don't know anything about it still.
Hello,
But, hey,
expert.
You're qualified.
Yep, close enough, I guess. So Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits on PS2 in 11 hours, 17 minutes, and 33 seconds by Chuck later. What's up, Chuck? Damn, that's a hefty time.
Right.
I remember this being like a kind of a turn-based strategy RPG. It was different than the other games, so that was kind of cool, though. But
Is this the
Chuck says,
dragon-based shmup?
No.
Ark the Lad, Twilight of the... I don't think it's a shmup. No, definitely no dragons. I mean, shmup.
Yeah, sorry there was a highlight of this, but it got screwed up for some reason, so we don't have one. My apologies. You'll just have to guess at what it looks like.
Well, maybe this enlightening description will paint a good mental image for all of us. Chuck later says, Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits is a PS2 strategy RPG that had no runs, so I decided to route it from scratch to produce what you see here in your head. Despite it only being my first PB, it had no deaths, and most of it was fairly solid, which is why I'm submitting it to TSSB. Bad RNG, various mistakes, and new routing ideas mean I will improve it someday, as I feel that sub 1110 is definitely possible with more practice. Oh, nice. So yeah, this was just a pretty cool, different sort of strategy RPG. I mean, it's not like tactics style, from what I remember, where you move on little panels, like you have regions that you can move the character around. I want to say it reminded me of Quest 64. I mean, Chuck could kill me for saying this, but that's what comes
No, I
out.
know what you're saying. The way the perspective is in battle.
Yeah, and you can like free kind of run along like a fixed grid. I could be thinking of a different one, but it was an arc.
No, that's this game. That's what the game is.
That's what this is? Okay, cool. It was a pretty sweet game, actually. So, pretty cool to see Chuck pick this one up. Thanks, man.
Yeah, right on. Speaking of things that end in 64.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, PJ. How do you feel about Bomberman 64?
I love Bomberman 64.
Well, then talk about it for a little bit, won't you?
Gladly.
All right.
So Lively Raccoon got a 2451 in Japanese version, 90%. Says, pretty good. Mad I made a dumb mistake in Black Fortress 3, but I'm happy.
Right on. Highlights planned for this one.
Mad and happy.
Yeah. I mean, at least there was the dumb mistake comment. It's true. It's a true speedrunning, submission for our show, rather.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I don't know. I just the comments where they're just completely happy with the run and don't have anything bad to say about it just feels so alien to me.
Right.
Uh-oh. I think I did my comment wrong then.
Oh.
Oh.
No, don't tell me you're happy with your run. No.
Yeah, these comments have been disturbingly positive so far.
I know.
I don't know if these are real records.
Yeah, I don't know.
These may
gotta be
have been
cast.
indeed faked.
Definitely task comments.
Controversy.
Oh, man.
So did he completely skip a mini boss in that first clip?
I'm not entirely sure.
It looked like he did
think so.
witchcraft and then just floated across where there's supposed to be something scripted.
Well, I mean, witchcraft does tend to happen.
It's true.
Yep, that is a skip that we were shown there. Yes.
Fantastic autocorrect options as well. All right. The witchcraft button.
Witchcraft button is the best button.
Yep.
All right. Well, the next thing we got here is Deus Ex Human Revolution for the PC. This is the any percent run in 50 minutes 20 seconds by Heinke. He says, got all glitches first try. This is like the perfect run. Now glitch hunting to get a sub 50.
Dang it.
It's
Perfect.
another
run.
one. Perfect run. First
Jeez
try,
Louise.
everything going right. This
You're
is
killing me.
again a TAS.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is Sunday task break.
Yeah.
All the runs this week are TAS. These aren't real
Also,
people. These
like-
aren't real speed runs.
I'm kind of surprised it's any percent. I'm so used to seeing like the crazy, like very hard pacifist and all this stuff like for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, congrats, Heinke, even though we don't believe you. Congratulations on the 50-20.
We'll send someone to confirm.
Neat. Oh, this next one's a good one coming up. Someone's going to want this.
Yeah. I know PJ plays
Yeah, I'll
the
take
sequel
this
to
one.
this.
So this is Diablo, the original Diablo.
Diablo.
No running, just walking around slowly Diablo.
Oh yeah.
In 1620 by Possessed Warrior. Category is any percent, no negative HP glitch. A heck of a lot of other glitches though, so don't worry. So 2 weeks ago, he learned that this was a thing. 5 days later, he had the first sub 20-minute run. Now 1620. This run is so absurdly RNG heavy that nobody else has sub 20 at the time that this was written. There's shop RNG, dungeon floor RNG, monster damage RNG, damage RNG, perfect. Random teleport, phasing. Phase is a skill that you use, RNG. It just like teleports you in a random direction when you use it. It's fantastic. He makes a note, at least they know how to manipulate that one. And more shop RNG. It also starts with performing a frame-perfect trick 16 times. That's the item specification.
All right, time for him to make me. I need to make him my coach.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah, this
fortunately, something
duping.
bad happens if you miss the item dupe. Like, you put gold on the ground, and then the frame you pick it up, you're supposed to, like, grab a potion from your belt or something, and then you drop it, and it drops the item that you picked up. Yeah. So you start with, like, a pile of, like, 50 golds, and then you multiply it to, like, 100 bajillion gold.
Yeah, it wasn't uncommon in online games to join like a server and just literally the entire surface of the ground is covered in gold and
Yeah.
obsidian rings of the zodiac.
Yeah. Let's see what else he says here. Quests that prevent progress before completion can be skipped with teleport, and we progress through the first 12 levels of the dungeon at character level 2.
Jesus.
We then get teleport, level up to roughly 10, and kill Lazarus and Diablo with Firewall. Mana shields and a low HP trick prevent stuns to make this possible. And against his better judgment, he will probably try to beat this time.
There we go.
Oh, no.
That's getting a little bit closer to the speedrun comments I know and love.
Yeah, this run's hilarious. I watched a good number of these right when people started doing single segment runs. Because, yeah, you start by just duping a ton of money and then, like, continuously saving and loading to try and get the shop to have a book of spells that you need.
Still, like, it's kind of cool that it sounds like a somewhat consistent game to complete, like regularly, even if your time, might fluctuate.
Yeah, because you can at least save and reload constantly. So if you die, you can just reload. The only real danger, I guess, is if you save, like, right before you get killed, which I did as a kid. Then you're just stuck, because you reload and Diablo hits you and you die, and then you reload and Diablo hits you. You're like, well, this file's ruined. But yeah, they do a ton of races of them from what I've seen. So it's got to have at least some consistency to it.
Cool. Good job,
Right on,
Possessed
yeah.
Warrior.
Absolutely. Yeah, change the page here so that we can all see Disgaea Afternoon of Darkness, and maybe one of our guests could read about that. Let's see.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see.
I can do it.
Oh, all right.
So, Disgaea, as you said. hopefully. This guy at Afternoon of Darkness on the Vita, 80% in 3 hours, 31 minutes, and 9 seconds by Pink Pajamas. And his comment is, lost about 4 minutes to a failed monster capture. Otherwise, this run went really well.
A little shorter than I thought for a tactics RPG.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. Also, a very rare Vita speedrun. We don't get that too much. It has the
I know it's true.
icon
We need
on here.
an
Damn.
icon.
damn
Someone
it.
should send us a Vita icon.
Yeah.
'Cause
Get
we
on
don't know
that.
what it looks like.
What the hell
We
is
have
that
never
thing?
seen a console made in
Yeah.
the last decade.
Oh, Lord.
Oh goodness. Well, who's to blame for these next runs here?
Well, I don't know, but it looks like that Everhate jerk. Of course, I blame him for everything.
That's true. We could have been blaming for anything, but this time we're blaming for Dragon Warrior 2 for the NES in 6 hours 39 minutes 3 seconds. That's pretty good. I mean, that's you could maybe pick a longer game next time, but that's pretty good. So he says, notoriously difficult NES RPG. This run is rather bad and included both costly mistakes and rather poor luck in places, so there's still significant time to be saved as more people begin to work on it. A good run using this route can be substantially faster in the 6 hour range, given appropriate luck and execution throughout.
Home sweet home.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's much better. This is some actual.
This run
proper
is
content.
bad.
Run's bad. Luck was bad. Execution was bad. See, this is how you know this is a proper speed run.
Yeah, no Taz here.
Right. All right. Well, continuing on, Dragon Warrior 3 is taking it easy with this one. Only 4 hours and 49 minutes, 23 seconds
What a
this time
slacker.
for any percent. Yeah. This is his easy game. This is short game for the days that he doesn't have time for a long RPG. Utilizes the metal slime manipulation due to information provided by Darkwing Duck. Decent run, though there is still some time to be saved.
Sounds
cool.
more like a test this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent
I
run.
trust that Everhate guy.
F-tats. Cool. Well, that's awesome. We look forward to next week when you've had a chance to do
Hey.
one more run of each of these.
There's supposed to be a highlight reel for this one, but it looks like I don't have it. So let me grab it real quick.
No
Jeez,
thanks.
did I forget to
Tried watching this run yesterday and I did not succeed.
YouTube wouldn't even let me download it. It was very, very much trying to keep it from me. Final Fantasy Streetwise.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Streetwise.
What?
Yep. Street Smarts, Final Fantasy.
So do we have the video or should I just read through this?
Go ahead and read through. I'll grab the video and we will play it in just a
Alright.
second. It won't take long.
So this is Final Fantasy Streetwise
Yeah.
in 101.55 by Murphigator.
Maybe Gator.
Maybe Gator. So he says this beat 'em up run mostly consists of going from triggered event to triggered event and doing as little fighting as possible. Finish thing game consists of bosses are almost all dealt with, but I can't figure out this sentence. Finish.
Finishing the game consists of bosses. Wait, no.
No,
Yeah,
finish
that-
thing
that-
game consists of bosses are almost all dealt with by doing questionable AI loops. All right, I'm just going to ignore the beginning of that sentence. Bosses are almost all dealt with by doing questionable AI loops until they go down. Random fights that are mostly run past with little concern for personal safety, and occasionally non sequitur minigames, which are completely mandatory to actually finish the game. He saved 2 minutes on the stiff death fight because he got a rare AI loop where he attacks the wall forever, preventing him from healing his entire health bar multiple times or becoming invincible for long periods of time like he normally does. Great
you do.
game.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this. He's just
I'm
doing
loving the
all these
combo
backflips.
system. Bring it. Ridiculous. Hold on, I gotta beat up giant rats.
Yeah.
What a bonus game.
That guy's name was Touchdown.
You pass
Touchdown.
all the enemies and they just pile at you like at the end of each segment. The rat stomping mini. Oh my god.
That is decent.
Just kick them into goo.
That combo was totally decent.
That's a terrible
Huge
apartment.
rats! Holy shit!
You win.
Bring it. Decent banging. These combo things. Ridiculous.
That's downright silly.
Wow. Devil May Cry had some issues with its combo names. That is certainly a game. Good job, Murph.
Yep.
Maybe.
Congrats on not having to play this again.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous combo.
Oh, baby. All
What?
right. Up next, we've got Frogger's Adventure, Temple
got-
of the Frog. It's not Frogger, he's back, so it's got to be the second best game. Yeah. So this is for the GBA, and Brandon Hill, 1993, completed it in 28:44. He says, pretty solid run up to the Mr. D fight. Man, that guy. Is it just like me reading? Can I not see?
Is it you reading things causes words to disappear?
I just checked the setting if PJ reads to make words disappear in sentences.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sky Temple went extremely well, too.
To where?
Ugh. Like, you're belittling this guy's effort of 28:44,
Indeed.
Frogger.
Seriously.
And then just
it's
this
a game.
paragraph just throws it all off.
My bad. This game looks fun.
Yeah, it does.
This is crazy. Yeah. How did I never play this?
Do you even know what a GBA is, Feasel?
Isn't that
No.
an attachment for the NES?
Possibly.
Right. No, it's a Game Boy sequel or something, right? I don't know.
It's like the Game Boy camera, except a little bit better.
It's in
Oh,
color.
wow. Cool. Is it in color?
Yeah.
That Game Boy games aren't in color. That doesn't make sense.
Well, they had the
It's
Super
just
Game
like
Boy.
a-
What do they need this for?
Yeah, exactly.
The color is just like a colored piece of film that you put over the screen, and it just tints the whole thing.
Cool. That does look like a really fun game, though.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, it's also a shmup. I like it.
Featuring a dragon frog.
Kinda,
A froggin.
right?
You know about those froggins. They'll mess you up.
Qualifies.
Cool. Well, congrats, Brandon Hill, 1993.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Let's hope we see more of that game because that looks really cool.
Yes.
Well, goodness. Next game we got up here is God of War for the PS3. We've got any percent New Game Plus in 144.34 by EXE. He says, after the God of War 2 record, one day before I got the second God of War record this week, so I'm prepared for the first trilogy run on Monday. Oh, so he's going to do all three of them back to back.
Oh, neat.
Hopefully. Hopefully he's not just joking. So I'm prepared for, let me see, I already read that. So I lost over 20 seconds because of bad RNG at the final boss, and the rest of the run was really decent. Really decent.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Why are there two suitcases stapled
It's
to his
business
shoulders?
Kratos, okay?
Right.
What?
He's late for his meeting. The boss is going to be real pissed if he doesn't get there soon.
I haven't been paying attention the whole time. Then what I do, there's just briefcases.
It's the
and
day of the
crates.
big PowerPoint.
It's a big team meeting.
Exactly. All the clients are going to be there.
Gotta get that promotion.
Well, yeah.
He is the promotion.
That slide. But yes, I really love this costume.
Yeah, this is pretty
It's
silly.
fantastic.
What is that, like the briefcase wings? I mean, trying to figure what figure out what that is.
Kinda.
Oh, I guess it could be wings. I assumed that's where his swords were.
Oh, that makes sense too. Okay. I want to see those briefcases flap.
Oh, we've got more God of War.
We do have more God of War.
2 is up next here. It's also by EXE, also a New Game Plus run. This is an hour, 20 minutes, 22 seconds. So a little bit shorter. He says, I've heard that you talked about differences in loading times last week, so I decided to improve my old record by over 3 minutes to be sure that loading times aren't a problem anymore.
Ah, nice. I see Kratos has finished the meeting. I guess this is weekend
Right.
Kratos here.
Is he using a lightsaber?
It looks like it.
What is this? Quick, someone explain.
Interesting.
Okay, then.
Huh, he does have wings. I haven't seen this game in a long time.
Well, the game really doesn't like it when you pause, it looks like.
No, it doesn't.
The developers never paused.
Yeah, no. That was the last feature to be added. Even some new games have issues with pausing. Isn't that right, Sonic Boom?
Shout out to Sonic Boom for being a well-designed game.
Yes.
Yep.
Very solid.
Hey, it's still 40 minutes long after its first week. It's not too bad.
For a game that was released 5 days ago, it's pretty good.
All right. So, cool. Congrats again, EXE. The God of War 2 runs. Looking forward to the God of War trilogy. All
I can take
done,
this.
single segment back to back.
Yeah.
I can take this next one.
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right, hit it.
So we have Ice Age 2, The Meltdown on the GameCube, 80% in 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 33 seconds by Author Blues. Memevember Victim Number 2. This game is pretty vanilla GameCube era movie tie-in platformer. Don't play this game. It is bad.
All right. I'll try to
Yeah.
avoid it.
I saw him playing this. This game just seems all kinds of black and silly and ridiculousness.
You're playing
I didn't
that
get to see the
squirrel
whole-
thingy, though.
Yeah. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but from what I saw, it's just retarded. Like, just...
Okay.
I don't know. I can't get past it. Like,
I think you just don't like it because it's a squirrel instead of a mouse.
damn it. Figured it out.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Well, you can do my job from now on. Oh, wait.
This squirrel drop bombs.
Suddenly bowling?
Suddenly bowling.
Why not?
Penguin bowling time.
What?
Who doesn't love bowling for penguins?
I didn't even try to pick the most successful part of this bowling clip. It goes on for a while. We don't have to watch it all, but yeah. There
Sounds
we
fair.
go.
It's a
There's your
full
strike.
bowling match?
A little bit late.
Yeah,
it's
a
done.
full- It's a full thing.
Well, it is Memevember after all. This is pretty appropriate. I guess.
Wait, where did this highlight go to? Oh my god, I just got to leave the FTP thing open.
All the highlights have been.
I know, they just vanished.
All the highlights.
But
but yeah.
Highlights.
Kill the
Ice Age
penguins.
Ice
Well-
Age 2.
Do you want to jump ahead and come back to this one?
Yeah, hang on a sec. Yeah, might as well. We'll just
All right, we'll-
bounce back to it in just 1 second.
Yeah,
So-
we'll hit Ikari Warriors 2 up in a second. But this next run, we've got a clip for, and we've heard a little bit about this, but maybe someone here knows enough about this game to talk about it.
Should I read it? Should I read my own comment, or should I Primal read it?
Why don't you make Primal read it? There you go.
That'd be weird.
All right, Primal.
So this is Little Samson by Xdragon 95. All stages easy. So comment is in 18 minutes and 36 seconds. Considering how little time I spent on this category, this run is fairly good. Nearly got a 2 cycle on the bell recovery fight, and the worm 1 cycle was amazing. I still haven't quite optimized the Ice Palace, but what's here is pretty good. A safe Gold Mage fight and bad RNG on the Yellow Devil loses about 10 seconds. But that's nothing to really cry over. I think a time around 1810 is possible, but look for a time around 1820 to be optimized.
So
Yeah,
we got
nice
to
job.
see the all stages run a few times during this episode, and it's pretty much how the comment goes. Most of the bosses were as per usual. The worm fight, getting a 1 cycle, considering that was the first time I ever did it, that was a significant thing. And the bell recovery fight that you have to do after the auto scroller is usually like a 3 cycle deal. But I just got the kill after the boss started flying up, so things there went pretty good.
Right on.
Yeah, Ice Palace still needs some work.
Yeah, I need to, like I said, I need to figure out if it's better to use Kakira or KO
Or both.
or both. Yeah.
I'm rooting for Gam.
If only GAM percent could be a thing.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
It can.
it's a
You
shame,
have the
it's a-
power.
It's a shame that he cannot climb walls.
We could just make arbitrary rules, like you can only use Samson or KO to wall climb. Because arbitrary rules on arbitrary categories makes everything better.
Oh yeah.
He can just go through the walls.
That too.
That is an
let me
option.
let me get those frame perfect character switches on the way.
Yep. Best category.
I just so happen to be adding a highlight reel
Oh goodness.
for Ikari Warriors 2.
Just time to talk about
Victory
this.
Road.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Okay.
So-
Well, I'll rate it, I guess. Akari Warriors 2 for the NES. This is 7:56 is the time by K2. He says, bad games need love too. I think this is less than a second from an ideal run. Unless some new time savers are discovered, I'm going to settle with this and move on to other games. Like, hopefully, Akari Warriors 1.
No thanks.
ABBA.
This is neat.
Like, this is an ideal comment here, because I think K2 knows that this is a really good run, but he's really hesitant about praising it, still saying, I'm going to settle with this and move on.
Yeah.
And less than,
still one.
a second from an ideal run. That's about as positive as the comment gets.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
K2
Master 88 put a ton of work into this, and then K2 used that as like the springboard and pushed it one step further. K2 does spectacular work.
You're pretty much moving forward through all these parts, right? I mean, this is almost an auto-scroller, except for the boss fights, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think the screen stops when you.
Yeah,
are
I'm pretty
far down.
sure you can actually manipulate the screen's movement a little bit.
And diagonal movement, it's like, I don't know, what do you call it? Like
Is it though?
spur or two.
Yeah, but is it actually? It looked like you weren't losing your forward momentum when you go.
I thought you did it. Man, I don't remember. I've only played Akari 3, which is really
Oh,
good.
okay.
I haven't played the first too much, but I thought that was the case.
I really played one. And I didn't know the ABBA code.
I've heard real bad things about it. I've been too scared to try it, especially recently. TMR is like 24 hours into it or something.
Oh my goodness.
He's still at it?
I think so. Yeah. But,
Yeah, seems about right. That game is impossible.
It's a game that Fiesel and Darkwing Duck have both turned down.
Yeah, we thought
If
about
they
it.
refuse to run it, then it's danger.
Yeah, last time I tried to play this game co-op, one of us ended up in a wall and we had to reset.
hey, bad games need love too.
Yeah, apparently. All right,
Oh
well, that
man,
was
so
informative.
speaking of bad games that need love, up next is Low G Man, the Low Gravity Man. Any percent in 1312 by Zaki Draghi. He says, oh, this is a great comment. To put it mildly, this was a pretty awful run. I
Nice.
improved on my best by 5 seconds because I kept par well enough everywhere else that the few bright spots this run had were enough. I will remedy this soon enough, though.
Confirmed speedrunner.
Yep. Yeah, this game is really, really awkward to control, for sure. You can only attack vertically.
With the cipher thingy, yeah.
Yeah, with the spear or whatever. That's the only thing that does damage. And if you're moving horizontally or facing horizontally or whatever, you fire the freeze gun, which just keeps enemies in place so you can attack them vertically with the spear. So it's a pretty neat game. It's just extremely hard to control in certain places.
Kind of
And
like
your
that
jump
idea
is,
for a
like-
mechanic.
Yeah, it's cool.
Pretty clever.
It's different.
And being the low gravity man, you can jump like 3 to 4 screen heights with one jump. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a really fun game. I enjoy this game a lot.
There's no like vertical acceleration. It's these
That's
awkward jerky jumps.
Yeah, he just sort of rockets upwards when you press the jump button.
Yep. Yeah, this is the last stage in the game. This is a really, really tense stage. If you miss any of these jumps and you fall, you die, and you lose all your upgrades and have to restart the stage. And jump power is one of the upgrades. So if you die, then the stage gets a whole lot harder again. You can kind of save yourself because if you get hit, you can double jump out of damage boost. But yeah, there's a relatively small window for that, so it's a pretty tense stage.
Sorry for that. I let the highlight wrap a couple times. Light spacing out for a second. Okay.
We're getting into it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no worries, man.
All right. Ooh, this is not a game that I'm familiar with. Has anyone actually played this game?
I have not. No.
Nope.
Well,
Nope. I have a Saturn and I have a bunch of imported games, but they're all shmups.
okay. Well, then you're the Saturn expert. Go for it.
Ah, way to go, sucker.
All right. I'll tell you one thing about my Saturn is I have to replace that internal lithium battery like every year. I don't know what's going on, but it drains that shit quick. But okay. That's all I got. Magic Knight Ray Earth by Karaoke on Saturn in 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 24 seconds. Oh, cool. It's like this top-down kind of action-adventure game. I was expecting more of a traditional RPG or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, 2D games on Saturn are amazing. It has just such a good just hardware for 2D games.
Yeah.
Anyways, Karaoke says, nearly an hour improvement from my first run, mainly due to not dying as much and knowing the bosses and dungeons. New HP level up management also lets me use the Umi, which is the strongest attacker, more without fear of her dying. Can probably slip to under 530 with, she probably means slip under 4 hours and 30 minutes without the one death and some more risky fights. So pretty cool. Like, we're looking at a Legend of Zelda, clearly, like Link to the Past inspired Saturn game.
Yeah, looks pretty neat.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And as with any like 2D Saturn game, I'd imagine just lots of really cool effects and just very appealing visually. And I know I've seen this game just all over the place just when shopping for a Saturn game, so it must be pretty kind of like well known.
Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is?
I don't know.
Is that a dragon-based shmup
Oh, it's a
section?
dragon-based shmupping.
Oh, dude, it is. I'm playing this game.
There we go.
Nailed it. Magic Knight Ray Earth.
This is that one shmup. I could have got it right if I actually tried to say that. There's no dragon in the name though, so how should I know?
It's true. But next we do have me changing the page because I apparently forgot to do that while I was playing a bunch of highlights for Logi and Magic Knight Ray Earth. Then we have Mark of the Ninja on the PC, any percent glitchless pacifist in 102.55 by Herb Beta Patched. And Herb Beta Patch says,
You're cutting out there. We don't
He's
hear
an
you.
eloquent wordsmith.
he is. It's just got a lot to say.
Glitchless mute pacifist.
This is the game that's like 10 minutes long because you just like skip through every wall, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Except in this case, it's an hour and 2 minutes long.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
pacifist without
Well,
glitches.
it's glitchless.
so-
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cool.
I definitely want this.
This
Can
next
I?
Oh,
one-
you're gonna take.
Go
take
for
your next
Primal,
one, of
please.
course.
Why did half the
Take it.
highlights not
Go for it.
download?
we
or
have
save?
we have Mega Man 2 by Elonija, or should I say Rockman 2? It's a Japanese version. Any percent difficult. Elonija says, I have no idea what to say. The stars aligned, and I actually finished a run that was on 26 pace. Was one hit away from dying airman onwards in the boss rush. And everything just decided to give me the best luck I ever seen. Not only did I need the god luck to survive, but I wouldn't have gotten a 26 without it. I'll never complain about RNG again in my life. All of my thanks to Cypher. We've given each other so much motivation, strats, and support. And I don't think I would have grinded this without him. I eagerly wait his 26 for X, 40 something. Yeah, Elonija is really improving all this, and beating Cypher is a great result. Really, congrats to Elonija.
He has records in almost every category now, except for like Japanese glitchless, I believe.
Yeah.
Also,
Basically, yes.
watch this boss rush. After Woodman, he accidentally runs into Woodman, doing like 10 damage to him, bringing him down to hardly any health. And to defeat Airman in the boss rush, you have to take damage at least once, practically. And the tornadoes only do 4 damage, but this puts him down to the next hit kills him, and he still has like 5 bosses to go. So at this point, it was just insane. Like, this was a run to be on the edge of your seat on. Like, this is just crazy.
Oh man.
The god luck.
And it doesn't even say that this is also like a god boss rush. Like, it's just so good. Not to mention he's at 1 health, so.
That hitless Bubble Man.
Yeah, if Bubble Man gave him a different pattern, it'd be almost over, where Bubble Man immediately starts moving upwards and starts shooting.
Yep.
It's crazy that you don't even stop to get the health pickup.
No, yeah. I was watching this and I was like, get a health pickup. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Get one, man.
Yeah, probably.
he stuck to
Getting
his
the
guns,
health
dude.
wastes so much time for the refill.
Yeah, like perfect boss rush. Oh my god.
That's nuts. Wow. Good
And
job.
I think the guys have been saying that 26 4X is kind of the ultimate goal for this, and I believe they're both going to continue to work on the game over time. I think Elo is going to take quite a bit of a break, though.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, a lot of stuff in the run was great. The only stuff that stands out to me is like improvements are like on Woodman stage and of course Heatman on the boss fight. I think on Woodman he didn't get the extra third wolf zip properly, wasting a few seconds. And then it was really intense during Wily 6 doing those wiggles at the top of the screen. But and in any case, it was an awesome run, dude. Congrats, Elo.
Yeah, for sure. Great job.
Yeah,
Great
thanks.
job.
And
Cool.
I think the point is that now the difficult run is 2 seconds faster than the normal run.
Yeah.
And his record, I mean, it's still Elonija, both normal and difficult. 26:59, I think it's the normal, and 57 is the difficult.
Oh yeah. So now normal is slower. So we have to make that.
Yeah, normal is
faster.
slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a crazy competitive game. Like, I mean, there are a lot of times. I mean, not any more than a lot of other like top tier games, but the people at the top of this game are just insanely optimized.
Yeah.
So to get up there would be really, really tough and takes a lot of work. So
Yeah, lots of grinding. Okay.
all right. Well, good job, Ello. And up next, we've got Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor on PC. Interesting. And this is in an hour and 58 minutes and 59 seconds by Feel. I can never say this. I can never say this name. Third. We're gonna leave it at that.
Close enough.
Well done.
Fair says this run is the first to get under 2 hours, beating Ace Frog's old time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 53 seconds. The run requires a lot of routing on the fly, as the order in which you kill or brand the war chiefs depends on their mission objectives, class, and attributes, all of which are randomly generated and only revealed once you obtain randomly generated intel. All right, going into the last fight, I was barely on pace for sub 2 hours, but then the fight went better than I thought, better than I thought possible, and I barely cut the 159 by about a second. Cool, that's a lot of strange randomness to depend on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, good job, Fearful Ferret. I still can't say it. Oh man,
Fearful Ferret.
shut up.
Show off.
Yeah. What about it? Next, I'm going to show off Montezuma's Return on the PC, 80% in 3250 by Pyoxt. Says, after Udel found an OOB in cat level that saves 3 minutes today, we did a quick race between me, Udel, and Zetrov to decide who gets to claim the free world record for this week's TSSB. We'll try to get a proper run next week.
Free world record.
Well
Free
done.
world records. Get your
Who
records.
deleted the PAL under the region column for that?
What?
are you talking
Flicky
about?
must have been paying
It was
attention. this
Flickies. Blame Flickies. Cool. Free world records for everybody.
week. I know. We're just handing them out.
Placeholder speedrun. Okay.
Placeholder speed.
Next up, we got Nimbus again.
Yes,
Nimbus for the
Nimbus is
PC. This has been making its return. We've had it for like the past month, I guess, right? We had it every week. 1824 by Nebith. This run is a 10-second improvement over Kier Delta's record. The run contains very few mistakes other than a few minor things in Worlds 2 and 4. I'm very happy with this run for the time being, but may try to improve it in the future. Always impressive to watch some quick nimbusing, some nimble nimbus.
Yeah, I'm impressed that this game is still going on. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
The speedrunning community's really picked this up. Like after the whole, it was in seasons and is really promoted by the developers and speedrunning and stuff like that. And it just, man, the run puts you so close to death. Like you're just skidding along death throughout the whole run. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is a really, really fun game to watch. Just mesmerizing.
Yeah.
My God, it's really intense.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is.
And that speed.
So
Yeah,
I wonder if
cool as
it's
hell.
is there just other new strats being added, or is it really just cutting the corners a little bit tighter and just better tighter turns and less hesitation? Like how is this possibly getting any better? Because it already looks pretty much
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
perfect.
assume you just have to get closer and closer to the spikes, on every turn. Like,
Yeah.
I can take the next one.
Okay.
yeah, go for it.
So we have Pink Goes to Hollywood on the SNES, 80% in 1557 by Author Blues. If you aren't seeing a pattern, I want to read these games because they're all memes. So, this run had a few deaths in it, but to be fair, this game was clearly not designed to be played or beaten. I can agree with this. Most of the stages follow the same pattern. Impossible to play casually, but easy to speedrun. The final two stages of the game remove the part where they are even possible to speedrun. Anything slower than a crawl in the last two stages is severely punished. Somewhere around 13 should be possible with perfect strats on the final two stages, but I think I've had my fill in this game for one lifetime. Thanks to Skybills for cheering me on as always. This game is a disaster. It really is. The last two stages, like he mentioned, are really, really disastrous.
Wait. So Pink Panther, his name is Pink? That's like a name.
I guess Pink the Panther.
Because it's Pink goes... Okay.
Pink Goes to Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Floating cows?
Don't worry about it, all right?
Yeah, that's weird.
These sprite animations are just exaggerated.
Yeah.
Goofy.
Cool. Another great SNES game that you didn't know that you wanted to play, but now you do. Go out and get it.
Yeah. Definitely. Top 5.
Yeah, top 5. Like up there with The Mask and Wayne's World.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a game that you really want to play. Qbert for the NES. 42 minutes 22 seconds by Yogi the Monk. And oh my goodness, this is a hard game. I don't know if you've ever played the Atari game. This is very, I guess, similar to the Atari game. I don't know if it's a direct port or if they made some changes, but basically the goal of Qbert is to hop on every one of the squares in this pyramid here, and some of them you have to hop on multiple times in order to change their colors. And you don't beat the level until you can change everything to all the same colors. So you have to, you can't jump on a thing too many times or else you got to go back over it. So it's sort of a, Rubik's Cube type thing where you have to mess up stuff you've already done in order to, do the next part. Mm-hmm. So that's hard enough. But then there's all these like randomly hopping around monsters that can spawn right on top of you if you're standing in the wrong spot. It's just pretty brutal. So I'm really surprised to see someone pick this up and get such a good time at it.
Yeah, Qbert is an impossible game for me. I've tried playing it several different times. It's just, yeah, I can't wrap my head around it.
This is such a hard game. Holy crap. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know what it takes to actually get good at this game. You just need some kind of a special mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like obviously I guess you could just kind of memorize an optimal pattern to move along, like because all these maps are the same, but just the enemies, I mean.
Yeah, but once you dodge once, then your pattern's screwed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. There must be like smaller patterns that you learn if you have these two are set one way and the other one is just one off from it. You learn to do this, but I mean, just to have to decide that on the fly and dodge all these enemies at the same time, it's insane.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Like 5 enemies on the screen and one of them is changing the colors.
Right.
Yeah, the green guys that drop down reset the colors. Green guys are jerks.
Yeah, so you clearly can't just memorize a certain pattern and just use it every time. You got to adapt.
Right. Yeah, the small green one that he hit freezes everybody and makes you invincible. I think the other green one is the one that resets the color. Yeah, there he goes. The coilies are the snakes. They actually home in on you, and you can jump onto the spinners, and then the coilies will jump off, and you get like 500 points or something. But I think everything else just kind of jumps around randomly. Some climb from the bottom up, some go from the top down. So it's a lot to keep track of. I don't know when this game ends. Like, obviously the arcade game doesn't end. That's why, people have done 80-something hour marathons of it.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't realize that this ended.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, cool. Well, hey, so there's
dude.
more Qbert. This is Qbert 3 for the Super Nintendo. I don't know where Qbert 2 is, but he's somewhere.
Yeah, he got freaking hit in the head. I don't know.
He fell down the stairs.
That's the story, and you're sticking with it.
So Josh Butro got a 123.13. Says this is a record that still has plenty of room for improvement. The next goal is sub 120. Many levels have been close to optimized, and some are still being worked. So I saw in the chat earlier that they were saying that this one has no RNG in it. So this is just like a really complicated routing exercise, it seems like. But still very much Qbert.
Oh my god.
When they have more graphics to work with, they just went like balls trippingly out on it.
Yeah. Yeah, the
More
background is a
graphics.
bit much.
Yes.
I'm too
That
focused on the
background is killing my eyes.
I'm just too focused on the background. There's a game going on in front of this.
Yeah. Oh, this next background is just as bad.
My God.
It was some earthbound
Jesus.
like Mohawk.
I was going to say Mohawk and
Yeah,
Qbert
Mohawk.
Jack over here.
Earthbound meets Mohawk, the best game that no one ever asked for.
Yeah, no kidding.
This looks like one of those still images that looks like it's moving. One of those optical illusions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably all completely still background. It's just your imagination. Yeah, turn the shake correction on. That's a great idea.
Wow.
That
Yeah, this
sure
game, it
is a
seems
thing.
like it would be really fun to play around with routing. I don't think
Yeah.
I would ever be interested in doing a run of it, but it seems like routing it would be a fun exercise.
Wow, like an hour and 20 minutes of like memorized, like complex jump sequences. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh man.
While the game throws obnoxious eyesore backgrounds at you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh,
But
we have
that's-
some answers in chat. Okay.
There you go.
Qbert NES has an ending after 9-4. All right.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad there was an ending because otherwise it'd be rather hard to speedrun it.
Yeah. You just assume that no one will watch it and just stop playing after a certain point. I'm done. 40 minutes.
Wow. Cool. Well, that's dedication. Qbert speedrunning takes dedication.
Yes.
There you have it. Okay. This is a game I'd never heard of before.
Me either.
Arcade game.
Yep.
Anybody want to jump on this one?
I don't know, but I'm going to change the page so that we can see what the name is.
Sure.
Oh, I
I'll
see.
take this then. This
All right.
is Spica Adventure for the arcade, apparently. Eggman did any percent top route in 707. And he says, Spica Adventure is an adorable platformer by Taito for the arcade. It features a little girl with an umbrella and her quest to defeat jetpack bears, a deadly roller coaster, astronauts, and the spaceship from Space Invaders. She does so by using her ability to float, fling herself in all manner of directions, bounce off enemies, eat hamburgers, that's important,
Hell yeah.
deflect stars, and general adorableness. This run goes through the top route, which nets you the bad ending. A couple of the stages are a bit rough, and I missed a quick kill on the final boss, but sub 7 will happen soon. I'll also rat out the other endings as well.
This is made by Taito. Oh, geez.
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez.
Yo, this looks pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really kind of does.
Man, so you have like a hover ability, you can pogo off walls, fling
You can also
yourself.
eat hamburgers.
Gosh,
It's the most important ability.
this is sweet. I wonder when this was made. To the internet.
Dun, dun, dun.
Click to Wikipedia.
No way,
Oh, it's
dude.
down to 635 now, apparently.
Wow.
Brand new developments on this game.
2
I don't
hours ago.
see it.
2
I don't
hours ago,
see
yeah.
It's listed in the International Arcade Museum.
It's not a real game. You made it up. It's an elaborate hoax.
This is pretty cool. We need more like of these good quality, like, you know, arcade speedrunnable arcade games. Something
Yeah.
I always thought was interesting about arcade games is, I mean, they're designed differently. You know, they're designed to be quick plays. They're designed to be much more difficult than conventional like console games, with the exception of the NES stuff, I guess. But and you also get to see like better graphics and like hardware performance like at an earlier time compared to console games. So there's like different ideals and stuff like that. When these games are developed. So I don't know, just some commentary there. I think it'd be pretty cool to see some more stuff like this come into the
Yeah,
show.
definitely.
It's also neat to see arcade platformers. I mean, I know there were plenty, but arcade games tended to focus on beat 'em ups and other certain styles, and I don't feel like the platformers were all that well represented.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, there were definitely some.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of arcade games, I think shoot 'em ups.
Shoot 'em ups and beat 'em ups.
Yeah, beat 'em ups, and then the racing
Puzzles.
games that always are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of really well hidden arcade gems that I think we're just starting to tap into now. It's really cool that like arcade speedrunning is picking up now. Get to see a lot of cool new games.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, speaking of cool games,
Yeah.
there's a cool game coming up right next.
Is there a
That is
cool game
Star
coming up
Fox.
next?
Star Fox for the Super Nintendo.
right.
Yeah, this is all. I didn't actually own a lot of Super Nintendo games. I mostly just rented them and borrowed them. But I had this game, Star Fox. This is the level 1. That's the lowest difficulty. There's different ways that you can go through this game, so there's different categories for them. This is Warpless level 1, 2407 by Skybills, who says, this is a result of a week's worth of grinding. For those who do not know, level 1 is the name of the easy path in this game. However, speedrunning in this game is far from easy regardless of the path. Star Fox runs are made up of 3 components: effective boosting, fast boss kills, and lag reduction. Sub 24 is definitely possible, but it would be quite the grind. Special thanks to Vanderhook X and Author Blues for their assistance in this run. Yep. And you might think, oh, this is kind of on rails, this game. How do you speed it up? But no, there's a lot of technique to it, and definitely reducing lag, and just knowing knowing what are the key things that you need to hit in these boss fights. It's just, understanding the mechanics of the game.
Those puns. That one pun. Good job, Author Blues. Just.
So I don't think I ever beat this game.
I did.
I never beat it.
Yep, I did.
I beat it.
Fun.
I played it a lot as a kid and never made any forward progress.
It's definitely hard to figure out. Oh, you've got to run into the 3rd asteroid after this thing, and that's how you get this other level. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely only knew about the warps because Nintendo Power is the hero.
Right. I don't think I ever found all the ways through it, though. I think I just sort of randomly stumbled my way to one ending, and I said, all right, that's good. I've beaten this game now.
Yeah,
That's how
done.
I felt.
I got the slot machine ending, and that counted it for me.
I always tried messing around with the other routes and then would just get obliterated by the sectors and the other asteroid field.
Sector Z is impossible.
Yeah,
The one that has, it's just open space with literally randomly scattered spinning beams.
All right.
Well, they're not random, they're the same every time, but when you play it once, you don't know. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways.
Castlevania.
Cool. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, go for it. Another great Super Nintendo classic here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why don't you read this off?
Oh, okay, I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Super Castlevania 4 for a Super Nintendo, Japanese version, any percent, in 3236 by Furious Paul. He says SDA timing reads 32:36:89, 8 seconds faster than my previous PB, and also my first single second segment run to obtain a world record in the any percent category. This beats Joe's previous world record by 1.5 seconds. Run was very solid overall, hardly any mistakes. Took me 9 months, of playing an average of 5 hours a day to beat Joe's time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Joe D'Amelio's time was, I thought was perfect, but seems not.
Yeah, his run was insane. That was the first place time for a really long time.
Well, considering it took him 9 months playing 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
Jeez.
I don't even want to count how many hours. in
Quick,
total.
grab the calculator.
But anyways, great job for his Paul.
Yeah.
Really, great job.
270 times 5, I don't know. 1,000.
Yeah, this game has an insane top level. Like, there's a lot of really good players, like really good speedrunners that play this game. Like, for the longest time, I think it was Bablo that had the top time on this until Joe D'Amelio came around. And there's just so many people at the top of this game, and it's such an intense game to watch. I've actually never beaten it. I've only played through a few levels, but it's just graphically pleasing. The music is so good. Like, I love watching runs of Super Castlevania 4. So follow these runners here for sure.
So ballparked at around 1,350 hours for his time played.
Wow.
Do you know if there is any difference between Japanese and TSC for Super Castlevania?
There's like the censorship stuff, but I don't know as far as gameplay is concerned.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, this is like the top. I don't even know, top 5 or top 6 are like so tightly clustered together that there's a 4-way race at AGDQ and they don't even know who the 4 are going to be.
Okay.
It's like Joe and Furious Paul and Hanage, and then like DBX is going to be there, and I think DBX is going to be there. He might not be though. And the Mexican runner, and I think there is one other. Who's a contender? I forget. But yeah, it's going to be an insane race there for sure.
Well, then another Super Castlevania 4.
Yep, we should have a video
Yep.
for this one too.
Actually, I don't believe we do.
Okay.
I've been looking around for it, and it didn't show up as well. So
Oh yeah, you gotta refresh again on the server.
yeah, I
It's
did
gotta
like
be there.
12,000 times.
That's weird.
Just one more time, we'll do it.
Let me see if I can track it down. Hang on a sec. But go ahead and read the comment.
Yeah. Well, all right. Low percent. Oh, this is low percent this time. This is DK28's run. 4121's the time. He says, F this category, F Dracula, F Dracula's couch.
Beep.
On a more serious note, absolutely destroyed this category, knocking off almost a minute from my old record. I call this category torture percent for a good reason. It tried my patience, and I threw my controller many times in frustration. Happy to finally have this run done and submittable. Please enjoy, as this was one of the hardest runs I've ever completed. And thank you to everyone who put up with my rage.
I believe so. I mean, low percent, you cannot even upgrade your whip, so it must be a pain.
Yeah.
There it goes.
All right. Yeah, so this is tricky. You don't get to be using your boomerangs everywhere and whatnot. No
yeah, and you
holy
don't
water.
really notice how bad some of the hitboxes are when you kill a boss in like 4 seconds with the boomerangs.
Right.
But when you have to try and attack the Vipers with the leather whip, it's pretty frustrating to even watch them trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually you see everything destroyed by the cross.
Yeah, they're allowed to get meat in this category, which is at least, makes it somewhat fair.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah, because how would you get through here with the amount of health that you have? I mean,
You would stop and whip axe armors 8 times to kill them.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, enemies actually
Every
drop health
time.
in this, unlike previous Castlevanias.
And you'd have to do that every time.
Yeah, I guess the large difference is that you're just spending a lot more time in boss battles, so you not only have to know their patterns a little bit more, but you have to deal with potential randomness that they would normally be dead by.
Yeah.
yeah, there's also, completely rerouting of all the levels because you can't boomerang things, you got to be, and you can't damage boost through everything, so you got to be, doing stuff like stunning them with the whip and then passing through, or just lots of different ways to have to do this. Oh, this
Yeah.
death fight.
Yeah, wow.
It's really, really hard to hit death without getting pulled into him from that vacuum thing. That's really impressive.
Really, really good stuff.
Yeah, well done.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously.
Cool. Congrats, DK. That was an awesome run.
Yeah, that's pretty mighty.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of pretty mighty,
Yeah, no
here's
kidding.
Super Punch-Out Arcade by Zallard, of course, in 315.49. He says he started figuring out how the fights work in Arcade Super Punch-Out and ended up finding enough to do runs of it. Go figure. His great tiger fight in this run ended up being his individual level PB in that fight. Old PB was 48.78. I don't know what it is in this one. We'll probably see. Got reasonable luck on Macho 2, which is a tall order since Arcade Super Macho Man is maybe one of the most random punch-out fights he's ever seen. He's seen a lot of punch-out fights. So that's a pretty bold claim.
Good stuff. Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, congrats, Zallard.
Absolutely. I'm watching the Macho Man fight here.
Oh, you're still got.
Yeah, it's still rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's interesting. This game has like a double screen setup, though, right? Doesn't
It
it?
does. Yeah.
The original footage has got some stuff up at the top, but it's too bad they don't actually use that in any of the gameplay, though.
Yeah, definitely. That belt.
It's also neat that Little Mac looks like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Little Mac smash.
Wrecked.
He had the belt
Indeed.
immediately afterwards. I think he was wearing the belt during that fight.
He had it the whole time.
Oh, baby. Okay. So up next is the hero of Awful Games Done Quick,
Yes.
Swamp Thing,
Swamp ass.
in 1445 by Mecha Richter. Yeah, so he says, my original goal was to go for sub 15 and submit to SDA. Then I found a glitch that locks my vertical position and allows me to walk in midair on the final stage and literally be able to walk straight to the door. The execution was flawless throughout the entire run, but he lost over 15 seconds from bad luck on the final boss. Sub 1430 is definitely possible.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, leave it to Mecha Richter. Just keeps setting these goals and then finds a massive break in all these games.
Yep.
Yeah, that, like, the last stage is the hardest stage in the game, and he just holds right, and I think he has to jump like twice in that stage now. It saves like 30 seconds. Looks ridiculous too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Looking forward to
Definitely
seeing
a
that
thing.
one some more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who knows anything about Binding of Isaac? Anybody?
No, unfortunately,
Anybody?
I don't.
Ever played it?
I played the first one, I guess. So I'm qualified.
Definitely.
Yay. So we have The Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb on PC, 80% shield in 4 minutes, 16 seconds, and 35 hundredths by Farinth. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Hey TSSB, watched from the first podcast as a casual observer and never dreamed I'd have a run worthy of the show. Bittersweet that all the shows I'm not here for this one. This run is almost perfect. Working with probabilities from the game code, a generous estimation of my major time savers happening in this run, the way they did, is at least 1 in 154 million.
Huh.
Let me
Wow.
just say it again. 1 in 154 million.
Wow.
Huh.
Huh.
To get world record, let alone this run after only 11,000 attempts, is absurd. You're telling me. It beats the previous world record by Diabetic by a ridiculous 1 minute and 44 seconds.
Wow.
And I doubt it will ever be beat. Thanks to Diabetic and Richard Hammer, whose streams inspired me to run this game,
Jesus,
and
help.
everyone at TSSB for putting on such an amazing show.
Good gravy. That's ridiculous.
Gosh.
1 in
confident.
154 million.
That's crazy. And I like that he saved 1:44 on a run that's only like 4 something minutes long.
Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. Holy smokes.
So
Yeah,
because
that's
with a
awesome.
warp, he found himself at the final boss and beat it. That's it.
My God.
I mean, that probability is practically impossible. I want to say that it doesn't include other more favorable scenarios. So if you included this run plus any possible other run with better luck, I guess it'd be a slightly lower or higher chance. I don't know. 1 in 154 million is, yeah, that's out of this world.
Yeah.
Cool. We
Wow.
better hope that another glitch isn't found that obsoletes that perfect run.
Yeah. I would just
It's all for
quit at
nothing.
that point. Be like, nope, I'm done.
11,000 attempts in a 1 in 154 million chance.
Yeah, I like that phrase. Only 11,000 attempts.
Yeah,
Just that
that's
little.
Well, congrats, Franth, for that.
yeah, great job.
That destruction of a game.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, next one up is Skyrim for the PC. Any percent time is 39:32 by Dr. T Chops. He says the walrus has been chopped. Celebrating
Well.
Skyrim's third birthday. Yeah, chopped walrus. With a new world record. Oh, Skyrim's third birthday. Happy birthday, Skyrim.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be just me killing time before a race, but I'll take it. The run was probably, the run will probably stay until someone finds new strats. A lot more time can be saved, but I doubt anyone wants to grind out this route.
There you go. Take that, this route.
Chopping the walrus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is almost like Skyrim. That's,
Hey, look who it
good
is,
enough.
too. He's back.
He is back.
Yeah.
Well,
Hello.
we got. Well, the Adventures of Zelda. Wait, what is this game? Oh, Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. What was I thinking? Adventures of Zelda. That's not
The
even
Adventures of Zelda would be
a
a
game. Adventures of Zelda. All right. So this is for the Japanese N64. Any percent is the category. 127.41 is the time by NOP 112. He says, getting closer to a less shitty PB, but it's still shitty. I PB'd twice within 12 hours after not PBing for 2 months. I split slightly late. This is a 127.41.
See, that's the comment of a TSSB veteran.
Exactly.
This guy knows
sure.
his shit.
getting closer to a less shitty PB. Yeah, and Nop is a champion.
Sure is.
All right, up next
Yeah,
we
you
got
got
Ty
this.
the Tasmanian Tiger on GameCube, 100% category in 2:22:32, just 10 seconds off of a great number. By MLSTRM. Maelstrom?
Maelstrom.
Somebody told us that stood for something last week.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was probably Flicky that told you that, though.
Yeah, and so it's like as about as believable as, you know.
Yeah. So he or she says, the stars finally aligned and allowed me to get a sub 225 run in this category, which I'm happy about. What I'm not happy about is the fact that this was a no reset run because I lost over a minute 30 on the second level. But hey, you can't have that perfect run always, and apart from that one bad point, the rest of the run was very good overall. I might come back to this category to grind this down to sub 220, possible from some of best, but for now, moving on to other things for a while. Sounds
Okay.
good. Congrats on the sub 225.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck cutting the 222.22.
Yeah. All right, Fees. What
All
can
right,
you tell
sure,
me
yeah.
about this?
What can I say about this? Ultima Quest of the Avatar for the NES. This is the NES port of Ultima 4 from the PC. Any percent is the only category I've ever seen run. 133.22 by Yogi the Monk. He says the big changes in this run are using Paladin main with mage support, getting the key at Buccaneer's Den very early for less backtracking, the use of the gate spell, and buying the 1,400 gold bow instead of the 4,000 gold bow. So this is a very different route than the previous run, which was somewhere 150 something. So this is quite a big time savings, but very different route. The bow is pretty powerful weapon. You can hit enemies that are far away from you, which makes a difference in a game where it takes forever just to advance. This is a tactical RPG. You move one square at a time in battle. So battles take a very long time. So obviously a ranged weapon is helpful. But getting the mage lets you, even though the mage is kind of weak, it lets you use spells, which ends up saving you some time. Also doing it with just a party of, just 2 characters rather than picking up the other characters, that saves a bit of time as well. On the previous run, you would get 4 characters and then kill 3 of them off just so you could sell the equipment from those characters and get their money.
What a great guy.
Right. But yeah, this is a pretty intense speed run. Actually, there's a lot that can go wrong, and these pseudo 3D segments where you're navigating through the dungeon are pretty tough because it all goes by so fast and everything looks completely identical. Finding your way around in these dungeons is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the game where you have to attack the floor tiles too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You do attack floor tiles in this. There's also secret passages.
For what? You have to inside battles. You have to target floor tiles on purpose, or what?
They're like
Yeah,
bad floor tiles. Yeah.
Yep.
They're mean, nasty floor tiles that you have to eradicate.
This is why it's
Gotcha.
important to mop your floors once in a while. Because if you don't, then you have to kill them.
Good advice.
It's true.
Well, I better clean up after this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, congrats, Yogi. You took the game to the next level. Excellent. Hope he does more attempts to this game because it really is cool.
Indeed.
All right. One last run. Who wants to take it?
Hey, I'll do it. Why not?
All right.
It's Valkyria Chronicles 2 on the PSP, US. Any percent normal in 4:31:16 by Wandering Mind. He says, worst RNG to date, but finishing a run gives me an excuse to come up with a terrible one-liner. This time, looks like I just passed this class. A+, baby. I don't know what that even means, but I'm assuming there's something in the game that makes it make sense. I can still improve Valkyria Chronicles 2 by a lot, but I think I need some time off after working on this for about 3 months. You know, to avoid burnout and all. P.S. Flicky, my name can't be that cute. Well, we won't know because Flicky's not here with us tonight.
By design. It was all a plan.
All
We
planned.
screened the comments beforehand, saw a shout out to Flicky, and just
Get
changed
him
the
the
date on
hell
his
outta
computer.
here. Whoops. I forgot the change was that. Well, now that we're at the very last record, I've remembered to change the topic to world records.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
Ah.
It's been a hell of a
all right.
week.
It's the game of the week was Little Samson. That's still accurate.
It is still accurate.
Yeah.
But speaking of records, I think we're out of those, aren't we?
We're out of them.
We are.
Bang! There. Now let me remember to
Let's
change
do
that
it.
topic and switch to the host background.
Should we talk about other random stuff that's happened this week? I know
Random
there's been
stuff.
some game breaking that I keep
Oh
hearing
my
about.
God, Sonic.
There's this game
Hey.
called Sonic Boom.
There
Yes.
was this
Been-
game called Sonic Boom.
Yes,
That game
Then
tried real
Max
hard.
Played it.
Game tried real hard to be a game.
a game that was released 5 days ago is being beaten in less than 45 minutes.
Yep.
Like, I need to sit down and watch one of these runs.
Yeah, you do. It's hilarious.
All I know is that Knuckles flies, the game is broken, and I want
You
to
mean-
watch it.
Knuckles and Sonic and Amy all fly.
Yeah.
Do they really? All I see is Knuckles flying, so I don't know if
Yeah.
everybody
Sonic and
flies.
Amy, they can like do a ground pound and pause like right as you hit, and you just get launched into the sky.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This game
like,
was released less than a week ago,
yeah.
and it's broken to hell already.
Yeah. Literally the first
Amazing.
thing he does in the run, there's like that whole scripted escape thing at the beginning or whatever.
Mhm.
The very first screen where you're allowed to like roam around, he super jumps off the first enemy and then like just launches across the entire stage.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And this game was, I can't get around the fact that it was just released a week ago, less than, and it's just this broken.
Oops.
It's wonderful. Sega, please, yes. Sega, please.
Any chance they're going to patch that out, or did all the developers quit? So
I think they're all
pretty much
gone.
stuck with it.
I hope they all quit. All I know is I saw a picture on Twitter where it said like all these beta testers' names, like list of people who are getting fired.
A patch can only do so much too. I mean, you can't rewrite the entire game engine.
Cool. Any other notable news this week?
Yeah, one more thing. I realized there's a record that wasn't on the list somehow, and this might be one of the best records ever, past Mega Man 2 that was on here. Jorf got 10:23 roughly in Ninja Gaiden 2, beating Ohan's time by 2 seconds.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa!
Really?
Wow!
Nice.
Yeah, a couple of days ago. I realized it wasn't on here, so
That's insane.
go
Yeah,
watch
that's
that.
a hell of a time.
Dwarf. What?
Yeah, pretty insane. So the game, it's practically a perfect run except for a single mistake. Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
one mistake and that's it,
Jorf
That
is
is
incredible.
from what I can tell. So go watch that shit. I didn't think Ohan's time would have gotten beaten for a while, but Jorf was the one to do it. God Gamer. So
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people playing this game now that have really good times. So definitely gonna plug the relay race happening at AGDQ. Hopefully Jorf can make it. That'll be
I'm
pretty sweet.
assuming he's got Super Turrican on the list too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And I thought he had something else as well. But definitely at least those two. So hopefully he can make it.
Yeah.
Insane run. I recommend you guys go watch that. Hell, it's only 10 minutes. You're basically watching a task.
Yeah.
I mean, past the second stage, he makes the Johan mistake. He gets hit on the second stage and continues the run a minute in.
Damn.
So as soon as he gets hit, the nerves are off, and he gets the God run. That's what happened.
Wow.
But congrats to him, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, his comment here. I'm not done yet, especially with a beginning like that. My
Wow!
God.
Damn.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, that is an amazing time.
That
I'm
is
gonna watch
possible.
this for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems about right. We need to find a raid target for one, and let our guests do a few shout-outs here, I think. So
Okay.
let's see. Hey, Primal. Who do you want to say hello to?
I want to say hello to all my friends from the Mega Man community. Those guys are the one I hang out with the most. I really like spend time with them, especially when I met them, a lot of them at ESA. They really are really cool people. I had a lot of fun with them. Dexter, Joka, Nudua, and all the other guys. Of course, Checkers, Use
Right.
Pizza. I didn't met them because they weren't at ESA, but
Oh, yeah.
still, want to say hello to them. That's it.
Okay.
Right on. And Xdragon? Who would you like to say hello to?
I'd like to give some shout outs to Darbian, who's grinding away at SMB1 any percent like a madman. He just got a 458 recently, and that should be fun watching him grind another couple thousand attempts at that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is that the fourth person with a 458?
I believe so.
Right? Cosmic has a 458, doesn't he?
I think so. I think it's Cosmic, Andrew G. Bulwer has a 457, and then
Yeah.
Darby now. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Cab, who's the Mega Man Game Boy runner, who's also running Mega Man X8 right now, or basically Rock Riff Man X8, because everything is rock and roll music in that game.
Excellent.
Everything.
Can't stop the rock.
Got the meme game runner extraordinaire, Arthur Blues, runs all the bad
Bad guy.
games as fast as he can, or as fast as the game will let him. And I guess last shout out for CT Conqueror, who just started streaming some little Samson,
Nice.
because he needs to hurry up and get on that sub 13.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to hurry up and get on that like ASAP, like
Okay.
today.
You heard the man, Conqueror. Get working. Actually,
Calling you out.
he's in chat, and he just said he's off to do some Samson practice. So,
Yeah, I'll call him out in his chat anyway.
oh, there you go.
Call it doesn't end here.
Yeah.
That's about it.
All right.
Okay.
There's so many other people I could mention.
Other hosts, any last words?
Nope.
No?
I am at peace.
Just make it quick and painless.
All
Yeah,
right,
as
sounds
painful
good.
as possible.
As slow and as painful as you possibly can, please.
Right on. Well, I think that's it for us then.
Okay.
Another successful episode of the Sunday Sequence Break.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for being on. Yeah, it was a great game
This
of
was
the week.
fun.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Good stuff.
Well, everybody, we'll see you next week. Do we know what the next game is, by the way?
It's Ape Escape. next
Ape
week.
Escape.
Oh,
All right.
I
nice.
think it's 2 and 3, maybe, or 2 or 3. Unclear. It will be one of the Ape Escape games next week.
Yes, but not the first one.
Yeah, but not number
Right.
1.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Well, do we have a raid target in mind, everybody?
I believe we're going to raid Zachy Draggy, who is playing Low G Man right now.
That sounds like a great plan.
Low G Man, the low gravity man.
The
Yeah,
Low
let's
Gravity
let's
Man.
not forget his all-important subtitle of exactly what his name means.
Maybe like TLGM, the low gravity man, or something.
Low G Man.
All right.
I am the Great G Sneeze, the Great Gilder Sneeze.
Right.
That'd be that's my new subtitle.
Great G Sneeze.
The Great Gilder Sneeze.
All right.
You have to say the whole thing or it loses effect.
Well, I am PJ. PJ.
Excellent.
Good job.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh God, no, we need a
message?
message for the raid.
Message for the raid.
How about Swamp Ass?
Swamp it.
Swamp ass.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right.
All right, everybody.
Well then.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya, guys.
Bye, everybody.
The Sunday Sequence Break.